I better not talk about foot fungus because we're live. Oh,
What?
crap.
Oh, no. Everything's ruined.
Hey, everybody.
Hey!
Welcome
Hello!
back to the
Hey.
Trackless Sea.
Yes.
I'm back!
Yeah.
Yay.
I'm sorry! Not enough have I planned to continue. Apologizing.
And the gang's all here. Instead of
Yeah.
half the gang against the boss.
God, that was terrifying.
Yeah.
That boy, we were so close to dead, guys. Like, holy shit.
Previously on Adventures in the Trackless Sea, the group continued through the temple of Omikonipa. I mispronounced that so bad, I don't care. Climbing up the stairs, they were quickly greeted by sentient vines and trees that revealed themselves and attacked the group. After dispatching of the living plants, the group continued forward into a grand door that opened up to a sanctum. However, it was locked by a complex puzzle trap involving getting the right combination on a chain pull mechanism. After failing their first try, the group explored the rest of the floor, finding the answer to the door riddle in a small abandoned study. Once through the sanctum, the group finds Futari waiting for them. Despite Futari's preparations, the group quickly subdues him. He quickly explains, on the verge of death to them, that his soul is corrupted by the storm god, which I will never say his name because I'll never get it right. And this place won't be free of the storm god's grasp until it is defeated. Entangling himself to one of the support columns of the building to prevent him from uncontrollably attacking the group again, the party of adventurers ascends to the roof of the temple to confront the storm god. An epic battle ensues. If it wasn't for a few good blows from Rein and the Baron, the group may have never left this place. Weary from their battle, the group starts heading back to the village, when suddenly, Rein's ring goes out of control, turning her into a dragon made of ice and snow, which flies off towards the mountains in the north. In fear of becoming a Dark Lord of this demiplane, the Baron urges everyone to flee using his Planeswalker ability. In a flash, the group disappears from this realm. This realm, which is getting colder and colder by the minute. So, in that same flash of light, you all appear, and you hear the noises of the jungle.
Does it look like the Chultan jungle or like a different one?
Varth, give me a nature check. Well,
Okay,
anyone
okay.
can give me a nature check.
How about survival?
Let's see.
That works too.
Yay, because I'm better at that.
Survival is 18. Nature was 15.
I got a 14.
Poor Varth, why? I'm a super powerful druid. I think this is a plant.
That's not that bad.
Was Dagger gonna roll, or?
I only got a 14.
Oh, okay. You've never seen this kind of fauna before, but the jungles of Cholt are ridiculously vast. You could be just in a random spot in the jungle, or you could be in a completely different jungle and not even know it.
I think he did.
Well, there's a possibility we're still in Schult, but there's an equally large amount of possibility we're in a completely different jungle.
There's always a jungle out there.
Well, we can climb a tree and find out. I mean, we might be able to tell based on the mountains and whatnot that we see. Because
That's
the
true.
world has like a shitload of mountains, right?
Or I could just do this. And I turn into a bird and fly up.
Baron, this place seems oddly familiar as Varth flies off.
I've been to many other places. This seems familiar. Maybe it is a place I have been before.
I
Varth,
fly up, look around, get some landscapes, and fly down and turn back into Varth.
what kind of bird did you turn into?
A parrot.
Okay. You, in parrot form, go to fly off.
Beep, 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 beep.
And you go and see the array of this jungle. Vast and huge, just like Schultz. But the mountain range is completely different. It is on the east instead of the north. From where your guys' location was before. The mountain range itself is covered in jungle. You can't even see the ocean, no matter how high you fly up. When you see a flying creature way in the distance, you can give me a perception check as a parrot if you want.
Sure.
I'll say you have. I know they're not hawks, but I'll give you the keen eye advantage.
Oh,
Which is
what's that do then?
advantage on perception.
You have
checks.
advantage.
Oh, cool. I rolled a 19,
Okay.
plus my 4 wisdom, plus whatever else.
You see a creature you have never witnessed before in nature. It looks like a griffin, but the bird heart is a parrot, and the lion part or the cat part is of a jaguar, and it is flying around.
Huh. I immediately make note of this strange and creature I've never seen or heard of before.
You also see what appears to be an outpost of some kind. The jungle has been torn up around there, and it's very dark and broody looking.
Huh. Probably not going to go that way. Okay. No cities anywhere in sight?
Nope, but there is definitely fire from, like, smoke from a fire around that area. There are people there, or some form of civilization there.
Okay. I fly back down and land. Turn back into Varth. Well, there's a parrot, panther, griffin, and I've never seen such a creature before. And over that way, there's a mountain range completely covered in jungle, and it has a very dark, brooding fortress next to it. That's where all the jungle's been cut down. No city in any sight in any direction.
So not Chult.
No.
Okay, I'm gonna say let's sit down and maybe have a rest because I'm really fucked up.
Yes, rest is good. By the way, guess what I did? I killed a god.
Oh my
I
god!
told you I did.
Shut up.
I've killed many. I told you. But you were like, no, Baron, you have
Azra
not.
just pretends to sleep immediately.
I just turn around and start casting fucking alarm and just ignore him. Just plop down in the foliage and nope.
Azra has a new spell that might be very useful for a long rest.
Oh yeah, she forgot about that. She'll go ahead and cast whatever it's called. Triumphant Tower.
Ooh,
Still
Jello
casting
Tower.
that was
alarm.
very triumphant.
Liamin's Triumphant Tower.
Nice.
Has a little prickly noise.
Yes,
You
definitely.
did it! Here's a tower. I imagine hers is purple. His was red, but hers would be like purple.
A 3-story tower made of force appears. Now you can choose the color of it. You can choose if it's see-through or not, and you give permissions
Sweet.
of who can come in and out. I assume it's no one can see inside, and the party members are the only ones that can go in and out.
You assume correctly.
Okay.
That is nice. Though here in the winter, it's only 2 stories.
She just like blanks you and walks inside. Does not respond at all to anything.
Varth's
Dagger is
mask.
struggling to maintain concentration on alarm.
I would like to apologize in advance for my silliness. I have just worked 6 days in a row. Several of those doubles at work. I'm tired.
For like a half second, it
Yippee-ki.
took me a second wondering.
Varth's
that was
mask no
very
longer
good
looks like
Captain.
just one color. Varth's mask now looks like a rainbow of the 4 elements, plus a little darker, like blackened half, and a little bright white half to the way it's glowing. And it seems to just shift between these colors now.
Cool. I was just gonna poke that. Why is he doing that for?
No, he's not wearing it on his face anymore. He
Oh,
wears it on his
because-
shoulder now.
Yeah, I know, on the shoulder, but she's still like,
Because now I can do this. And with this click of my fingers, the glowy jellyfish turns into a shadowy version of the same thing that looks like it's dripping shadows off of it. And then I flip it again, and it looks like one that's made out of fire. And I flip it again, and it looks like one that's made out of lightning. And then I flip it back to the
You're just a
water
regular
jet.
Skittles bag, aren't you?
And then I flip it back to the water
it's the
gen.
rainbow.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, well,
I
this
now
is my least
command
favorite
all of
skill.
the spirits.
Hmm.
But
That's
only
pretty
one
neat.
of them will talk to us.
Ah, yes, like my wives.
10 minutes later, Dagger walks in the front door. What's this place furnished like, Azra?
There is no door. You just walk through it.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit. Okay.
I mean, Azra hasn't lived in a lot of houses in her life, so it's probably like furnished really strangely. There's like all of the right things. There's like tables and chairs and like a kitchen, but they're just like in the wrong order, and there's like chairs just like placed.
You're like that
Somewhere.
person that's trying to go like boho
Yes.
stores thing, except
Yeah.
they're like not doing it correctly.
Yeah, there's just like 2 chairs and then a table right across the room, and like, but all the stuff that you require is there. They're just like not in the right order.
Yeah, she just lumps
like to
in
think-
whatever surface is nearest.
I like to think all
Yeah.
the furniture is just like piled literally on top of each other. Some of them flipped over in just one corner. And you're like, yep, there we go.
Yeah, I did it. It's a house.
Yeah, she just slumps in the nearest chair. Does this place make food as well?
No.
Did I steal a plate
Okay.
at some point?
I think you might have left
Wait,
all
I
the
wasn't
plates with the orphan.
I think I tried to keep one, but like the children were like, "Please, we might die," and I was like, "All right, I guess."
We can eat the one plant out there. It is quite delicious.
How do you know?
That's poison ivy.
No, the one next to it.
Mm.
That's poison oak.
Brave warriors. Correction. Person who actually knows flora and fauna. You're tasked with getting dinner. I'm gonna sleep because you guys happened to miss that.
That
You
is
were
a durian
distracted
fruit.
during that.
They taste good. Smell like ass, though.
You're an asshole.
That is not a durian
Like
fruit.
dirt.
That's a rock.
They are very similar. You crack it open and they
There's
are about
nothing.
edible.
Aaron, do you
there's
grab
nothing
it?
tainted in
Do you
that
grab
rock.
this rock? He opens it and it's a fruit.
This place is very strange.
Oh no.
That fruit is rock fuck.
Just avoid that fruit over there that's purple. It's not deadly. It just tastes like.
Dagger's like rooting through the bag of holding for rations and just like, okay, nope, spell book, regular book, harp.
Is that a
No.
mouse?
I think I have some rations from literally the start of the game, if those are still.
Right,
No,
that's
it's
the
just the
last.
fact that I literally have like this is treasure.
Oh my
This whole
God.
fucking thing. There's
Wow.
so much shit in our bag.
You know what? It's not a big deal. We just went through a big ordeal. There was a demigod. I'll just do this. And I cast Hero's Feast.
Oh my god, you're
Woo!
amazing. Hey, look, tables enough chairs for everybody.
Oh, Azra just immediately does the anime happy cry of like,
And there is entirely too much food for all of us to eat all of it. That's how much
Entirely
Hero's
sure there are a lot of us these days.
you're gonna see me try though.
We're eating it. It's just like.
It's not
where
gonna
did
be pretty.
Man come from?
I gotta ask, Varth. You know one of your companions is a vampire. Are you nice enough to have the hero's feast to be something bloodish? Maybe extra rare meat?
There's a
Blood
plate of
pudding.
extra rare meat sitting next to a goblet that very clearly looks like it has blood in it.
Ugh.
It's tea.
Don't touch
Uh-huh,
that one.
yeah.
That's his.
Wine.
I point to the Baron and then point to the plate. That one's yours.
Noted.
Okay.
Don't
Azra
ask
just like
what the
plucks
meat's
her
from.
nose and walks to the other side of the table.
I mean, I
Don't
eat
ask
other-
what the meat's from. I didn't question it.
I'm not a dedicated carnivore. I eat vegetables and stuff. That's why I don't have scurvy.
So this
Vampires
table's
eat
on the
vegetables.
first floor, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so the walls they're very interesting in this tower. Did you go with like wood or like cobblestone or what do you?
I was imagining like, because it's force, I imagined basically just like Jello.
Okay,
Like
cool,
kind of when you
cool.
poke it is like,
The walls themselves look like tinted glass for you guys, and it's the
Ooh,
tint
yeah.
is whatever color Azra picked, which is probably purple.
Yep,
Okay,
good guess.
and
Why
the
is there a
jungle.
weird gnome over there?
The jungle's literally right outside it. One of the
I imagine like a tree branch kind of knocks against it every so often and everyone's like, oh, it's a tree.
I think Dagger has ridiculously high passive perception, correct?
You would be correct in that.
Okay, you guys. Oh yeah, Azra can choose if you hear noises outside or not, and it's a jungle and it's kind of loud.
21.
He was,
It's not like Hazel ridiculous, but yeah.
Yeah. I think she would have chosen to shut noise out so we could sleep.
Okay. Dagger,
I feel like I'm gonna regret that.
you don't hear anything outside, but you, with your keen eyes, your keen passive eyes, you notice, seeming to come out of the ground itself, a humanoid-like figure. And it walks up to the tower, and it has green glowing eyes. Its body appears to be made of bark.
I grab whoever is nearest.
I'll
What
go
is
talk
that?
to it. It looks like a druid.
And it's
Okay.
looking around. Varth doesn't need to roll for this. It
I
looks
was
like a
thinking
dryad.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
I'll go talk to it.
Careful.
I bring out another little friend that you haven't seen. This one looks like a rock, but it's shaped like a frog, and it just sits
Where
on
does
my
he
shoulder.
keep getting those?
It came out of the mask. It just kind of like popped out of the mask, and the
Yeah, I
genie
know.
went away, and it just looks
But
like a
Ezra's
little
still like,
frog-shaped rock. And I walk over through the wall, and I'm like, "Greetings," I say to the dryad in Druidic. I'm assuming it knows how to do that, or primordial, probably primordial.
Which one do you go with first?
I'll try primordial first because I'm not going to assume it knows Druidic because it
Okay.
might not be a Druid dryad.
You say
Too
that,
dread.
and it responds back in Druidic
Oh, okay, cool.
and says, "Are you with the dusk?"
What's the dusk? I say in Druidic.
The Legion of Dusk.
It doesn't sound like we're with them, no.
Looks up at your tower. Back at you. Are you interfering with the forest?
I am a servant of the forest. No.
You are not of the merfolk,
No.
but you serve
I serve Esticia, goddess of water.
We have not heard
She
of that
grants
deity.
power. That is strange.
I suggest leaving immediately. You are not welcome here, but we'll give you a pass of transport.
Fair enough. We are going to rest here for the moment. We just were involved with a scuffle with the demigod, so you'll excuse us if we need to rest for a moment.
Beware, where the terrors come out at night.
I will make note of that.
Milwaukee Sun.
Just Maddie's face.
May the forest always guide your path.
May it be to yours. Watch the skies. Zaltalpa is near. And she fades
That
into a
the-
tree.
That must be the parrot. I turn around and go back through the wall. We're definitely not in Chult. There's apparently something here called the Dusk, and it sounds like a nasty group of
Legion of Dusk?
perhaps.
Oh, no, it's fine. They're good guys.
So you know where we are?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking at Baron.
they say
If you mention Legion of Dusk, I'm pretty sure we're there.
Wasn't there another word that she used, Varth?
She said watch the skies and that the monsters come out at night, or the demons, or something of that nature.
As Varth says that, you all hear what you thought maybe it was, even though it's clear sky out, like on my picture, nice sky. You hear what sounds like a thunder rumble, but it lasts way too long.
Oh,
It says,
Indigestion.
And
How
suddenly
hours.
the sun disappears for a moment, and then for a good few seconds it takes for it to come back.
Would that be the dusk, maybe?
I'm pretty sure that was the Zetalpa that was nearby.
Are any of you in the top part of the tower, or are you all still at the base?
We were also
I
all
at the
might run
base.
up now. Yeah.
You run up to the
Yeah,
tower
to see
just
what this thing
barely
is.
to see in time what appears to be a pterodactyl, about the size of a mountain, fly around the other side. It is covered
See, I
in
was with you
colorful
until the
feathers.
second half of that sentence.
It is covered in colorful parrot-like feathers. Each feather, you're assuming, probably taller than you.
Okay, all right. I'm done with things that are too. No, sure. Sound can't go through, but still.
Well, you guys hear that.
I am done with things that are too big. No. We just fought like a 40-foot man made out of lightning.
Nah.
But it can't get us in here, probably. So
Probably.
it's fine for the next 12 hours. We're good. We'll think
Good.
about it later.
All right, Baron, where the fuck are we? Does this place have a name?
Yes.
Do you know it?
Yes.
Will you tell us it?
Yes.
Fucking tell us it.
I can see Kevin just really trying not to smile. He's like,
Azra just goes face first on a bed, like, fuck this.
It's just, well, you're asking, and he's giving you the answer, technically.
Asshole, and I love him.
I thought you plane shifted us to Faerun.
I was attempting it. I don't
He
know how
shifted
we.
us to the mortal
Painted it?
plane. It's not always.
Well, I'm not
accurate.
sure how we
Oh,
ended up
boy.
here, though.
Up here. What do you mean by that?
Well, I believe we're in Orzalka, the plane of Ixalan.
Do I know what that means?
no. I highly doubt it.
I have no idea what that means, dude.
It should not have been connected to your prime.
Oddly enough, Baron, you don't feel more powerful here either.
So we're it's not the mortal plane.
Well, mortals,
Do we need to plane shift again?
No.
Azra
Hold on,
can
so-
do that now, by the way.
look
Azra-
outside.
Yeah, then she can cast the real spell.
I don't see it here. We might be able to do it.
See what?
Nothing.
Okay, no, you can't do this shit.
Would that be the...
If you're scared of it, it feels like a thing that we need to know
no.
about.
No, that's good. It's something that would prevent your spell from working.
Oh, by the way, the whole time, he's still wearing that black opal circlet, if I recall.
Oh, yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, there are, of our group of 6 people, there are 4 of us that cast spells. So I'm going to say that that sounds like a pretty big deal. That we know when we're not going to be able to cast our spells. Because I got to say, I'm fucking useless otherwise.
No, you can cast spells, just not planar spells.
Oh, just not teleportation stuff.
No, just shifting planes.
Okay.
It was a trap. It's not. I don't think it's here. I can't see it. Should be bright.
I am getting Dungeon of Doom vibes from this place.
Oh,
Baron,
the wrestlers?
Maybe we should teleport.
Baron, if you know what I'm thinking about, you wouldn't know if it's here or not, unless you tried something specific. Test if it's here or not.
Well, either way, we're all pretty much burned out. We should probably rest and figure out what's going on in the morning. You said there's a civilization nearby, right, Varth? Maybe in the morning we'll make sure the sun is up and we'll go check it out.
Wasn't really a civilization per se, as it was a very dark-looking fortress.
Potato.
I mean, if things go
Wouldn't
to
be the first
shit,
time we've walked into a forbidden fortress. And I can
things
just
go to
the
shit,
place.
Azra can teleport, right?
Yeah.
Wait, can you do the regular teleport now, or is it just the circle
Yes.
bound one?
I can do both.
Hopefully we can just teleport to Chult or something and be done with it.
Anywhere else.
Yes,
Yeah.
hopefully.
You guys can give me an Arcana check on that one, then.
Sure.
And that hurts so much trying to look at that map.
15.
1. Never mind.
What did Dagger get?
Hang on, math. That's a 29.
Okay, you know that the spell Teleport works anywhere on this plane. And the Baron did say he was plane shifting you to the material plane. That doesn't limit what world you are on.
Yeah, I figured we're on some kind of different world. We know that like Mordenkainen isn't from our world, isn't from Toril, so we know that other ones exist.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know of Orth.
And if you've been listening to the Baron for the last 3 months, you would have known that too.
And 5th edition,
We've never been to his, and to be fair, until I cast that spell, we were 100% convinced that almost whatever the Baron says is a lie.
That's true.
Or at least a fiction that he firmly believes.
Don't scoff. It's true.
he casts.
Don't scoff, it's true.
Just because you have no reason to trust me, it's the perfect reason to trust me.
Yeah, nailed it.
That
makes
is actually
perfect sense.
trust. If you only trust those who are trustworthy, that's not really trust. That's just common sense.
This is why I don't believe in gods.
We just killed one.
We kind of did, yeah.
Though he was very weak compared to gods.
I certainly don't believe in him anymore, do I?
Okay, he almost killed me. I fell
Yeah.
80 feet twice.
Almost.
Sorry, try not to laugh.
Twice.
Almost.
I distinctly remember it as if I were there, but I wasn't.
Coincidentally, both Varth and Azra had a bad case of the dungeon lung and decided to sit it out.
Mm.
You guys got this. You guys got this. Ah, God, we're dying. Help us. No,
You're
you got
fine,
it. You got it.
You got it.
I think Varth showed up at the end to cast heal.
He healed somebody right before you guys went up to the roof. I know.
Yeah.
Did you remember to tell him about the staff of the woodland?
Yep,
You have a
it's
staff?
on my character sheet.
That's why I took Pass Without a Trace off, because you can cast it for free now.
Yep, forever.
Anyway,
Which
I know,
means no one is ever seeing Tess ever.
there's some big
10 years ago, I saw her one time.
Speaking of
I
that, you
remember
guys
what
don't
Tess
see,
used to look like.
speaking of that, you guys don't see Tess at all.
Yeah, I imagine she's probably like scoping out all the little hidey holes in your Jello tower.
Yeah. Oh, there's like so many little nooks and crannies because Azra likes those.
Then you look over and she's at the table eating. It's just she's so stealthy when she's not even trying.
She's like doing that
Guys,
thing
it's just
where
so
she's
hard
like
to conceive.
underneath the table.
There's just a little bit of ponytail visible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's eyes and a ponytail. It's just like
You just see like it's Skyrim when you add items to your inventory. So like the food just goes like, boop, and then the plate just like
Yeah.
rattles a little bit. But, okay, so you guys go to get your long rest. And during
Yes.
your long rest, you wake up in the middle of the night because that was around 8 hours later.
Oh, I will invite both of the Blink dogs into existence now that the fight is over to enjoy the hero's feast.
Okay.
But then
Captain Squiggles pops in to enjoy some before she pops out again.
oh, what
I
is your
imagine we have
hero's
just a whole
feast?
animal club down one side of the table.
Oh yeah.
And
mean,
by
it
pops
feeds
in, I mean I
us.
open up my
Bees on
jar of
one side, animals on the other.
I open up my clay jar of ocean, and she comes out and eats some food, and then goes back into the clay jar.
It's like a cute date. Like I'm on one side, Morty's on the other side with like spaghetti.
It's just like there's just this big pot
That was a
of,
very specific.
it's like a vase, but then occasionally like a tentacle comes out and just grabs something off the table and
Yeah,
peers inside.
Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
right, right. The vase is on the table, and its tentacle just comes out and like picks something up randomly and goes back into the jar.
Mm-hmm.
Sociable.
I think
Anyway,
Dagger
your long
probably be the
rest.
first one to wake up. I think we established she's the
Yeah.
she's the one that likes to wake up early, right?
Yeah, she's usually an early riser.
Okay. You notice in the middle of the night you do not have dark vision, but it is surprisingly dark when you're in the part of the tower that's underneath the trees.
And Azra probably wouldn't have bothered with putting lights everywhere because she can see. So who cares?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
By the way, I've chosen the cantrip for Captain Squiggles, and she has taken a page from Azra's book and knows produce flame.
I thought she
So
knew.
Her little tentacle goes and creates a little ball of fire in the end.
That's so
She
fucking
knows
cute.
control water and control flames or produce flame. That is adorable.
Shape
Azra likes
water
to think
is the
she
cantrip.
can buy it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the cantrip is called Shape Water, which Varth actually gets as a water Genasi according to the 5e dungeon, the 5e Beyond website. I get it as a water Genasi forever. I can just shape minor amounts of water, and
Yep.
and then the second level thing I already have. I got it because I was third level. I cast create or destroy water once a day
Nice.
or once per rest.
It's
basically.
raining.
You are
Yep.
half water now.
When I wake up in the
Just
middle
throw
of the
yourself in the air. Now it's raining.
Exactly.
when I wake up in the middle of the night, if it seems like it's more dark than usual, because like we were in Chult for a good while. Like I know what dark night in the jungle looks like. I'll head downstairs and start looking and use like my drift globe and start looking around, see it not outside, but just to see if I can see what might be causing this.
Okay. You say the sun rises to your little drift globe, as that was the command phrase to turn it on.
Shit.
No, it's fine. That's just flavor. And you, it's in joke for Blake.
Yes.
And you start looking around in here, and it's specifically underneath the tree canopy is where it's not just your average.
I can't hear a word they're saying, Kevin.
Oh, cool.
I can't hear a word they're saying. My headphones just died.
GG. She didn't hear that, so I just made great.
Oh, so that's how she died. Oh,
God damn it, Kevin. Give me a second. Apparently
how
my
many
battery
hours?
is not as good as I thought they were.
Roll initiative. Okay, I mean that's all of a sudden.
It has how many eyes now?
How long does your feast last?
I know, Terry. He's being a jerk.
I can look it up real quick if I need to.
I mean, I'm not doing anything right now, so I can look it up.
Oh, poor Garfield.
Yeah.
I almost dropped my book, and I went to quick grab it, and he just freaked out. And he was just like, oh god, I better get out of here.
Baby.
Hero's Feast is instantaneous.
Yeah, but
It takes an hour to consume.
I can finally hear you guys
That-
again.
Up to 12
Yay!
people can enjoy the feast.
okay, so it would be safe to assume it's gone within that hour then.
Yep.
Okay, so there's no
That
food
makes
left on the table downstairs.
No, the table goes away too.
Oh, well,
It just appears for the spell and then goes away.
I'm sure that come
That's good. I
morning,
didn't have one of those.
I'm sure come morning, like half the party will be disappointed that there's no longer food in their pockets.
Yeah.
Because I
um,
can guarantee that probably Tess and Azra did that at least.
another important thing,
Yeah.
because this benefit lasts for 24 hours.
Yep.
You are cured of all diseases and poison, immune to poison, being frightened,
Oh.
and you have advantage on all wisdom saving throws. And Blake will need to roll this. Your max HP is increased by a certain amount.
12.
Whoa!
Yeah, Hero's Feast is
What?
I
freaking
rolled.
awesome.
You
Hero's
get
Feast is
12
fucking
temporary
amazing.
hit points.
Nice.
The only,
Awesome. We
Only-
should do this every day.
only downside
It's very
is
expensive.
the only downside is it
Yeah, I
costs
know.
1,000. So minus 1,000 on Varth.
Yeah.
I'm not going to use all this money anyway.
You guys are made of money, and he's a druid, so it's whatever.
You said 12 temporary hit points?
For the rest of today.
The light from your drift globe does not emit outside of this tower, but it doesn't reflect off of anything either.
She's gonna poke her head outside just a touch with the drift globe.
There is oddly very few noises. They seem in the distance, and you just smell rot.
Okay, I'm going back in the tower.
When you think you hear like a squeak noise as your head goes into the tower, and then you hear on the tower, not where you were from, but on the another side.
I'm running to that other side of the tower. Still within
Yeah.
it.
It is completely dark outside. You cannot see anything out there.
There's something hit the tower, but I can't see it at all.
No, because you're inside the tower, and your drift globe does not go outside of the tower for light. And you also can't hear anything either.
Just push the part of your drift globe out so it makes a little glowy part, and then pull it back in.
Yeah,
As,
but then somebody will know we're here.
As you're
It's a giant purple tower. I think they already know that.
as you're getting
That is true.
They might
as you
think it's
get over to the other side and you're like, the heck was that? Suddenly a humanoid-like figure appears next to the tower. You cannot see most of it because it is just so dark underneath the trees. There's no light source at all. But you just see this long, very long-fingered hand
question.
just
Have
like
we had
move across the tower, like it was trying to feel what texture it is or something.
have we gotten a full rest? Do we have spells back yet?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I'm sending a message first to Azra, and I'm like, hey, something's creepy down here. You might want to come. And then another one to the Baron. Get your ass down here. Something creepy, and I don't know what the fuck it is. We're in your place now.
Yeah.
You can respond to the message, but also hurry.
Yeah, Azra's
just
response to your
imagine-
message is just a yell.
You just that's funny because like you're on the first floor. I like to think all the beds are on the third floor, so you just hear from like 2 floors up.
Just like sleepy grumbling, and
And
then just bird squawks.
And if anyone was asleep, they are not anymore.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
What?
Azra's not a quiet person. We know this.
No.
I go downstairs after I wake up. I'm like, well,
As the Baron's going down the stairs, the hand has stopped moving across the wall and just disappears into the darkness, along with the silhouette of this very tall, humanoid, lanky figure.
I make my little light, the radiant spirit appear.
When you guys come downstairs, it's just Dagger, and you guys just see darkness outside.
Okay, so I saw a person that maybe had a tentacle for a hand. They fondled the tower a bit and then
Oh.
went away, but I definitely heard something hit the tower. Like it sounded like a decent sized crash, yeah?
It sounded like a bird hitting a window.
Oh, okay. But the tower is visible, right?
It is very visible, yes.
Yeah.
It is a
I
huge 3-story
open
purple
up-
tower.
I open up my little jar of ocean, and I ask Captain Squiggles to toss a flame outside to see if we can see anything. And Captain Squiggles goes, it makes a little ball of fire, and then chucks it outside.
Perception checks.
Azra's so proud.
Azra, or everyone with dark vision gets advantage on this one.
Yay!
So just Azra. And the Baron.
look at her vision.
Can we say Tess would have been smart enough to put her goggles on? She has goggles of night that give her dark vision.
Sure.
Cool, because
Azra
Dag,
gets a 15.
16.
15.
Dag got
Wow.
an 18, and Tess got, wow. That's a 15.
Dagger, the amount of light that was from that puff of fire was so brief that even with your passive perception, you really couldn't get anything because the only source of light for you was that flame. That's the only time you could see things visibly. Everyone with dark vision, though, you get a little bit further time frame to see. Because in dark vision, you can only see silhouettes of stuff. And
Yeah.
this spurt of flame reveals to you this very tall figure that looks almost like a bat humanoid. And you notice the
Ugh.
jungle around it is rotten. There seems to be, you know when you get like dust in the air and the sun is shining through and you see speckles everywhere? You see some of that around it. But the rot seems to be like a clear path of like where it walked, leading to it. But you saw that for just the briefest moments, as you see its long hands go like this. Like it's just starting to go up like that when the flame goes out and you can't really make it out anymore in the darkness, even with your dark vision.
I think that produced flame might actually have been able to hit that creature.
Oh, we don't want to make it mad.
He
We just
specified,
want
Oh, okay.
he specified he just went poof. Just
Oh,
like-
okay.
It was very brief.
Okay.
Yeah, it's fine. Those things don't bother.
Cool. What are they?
Yeah, no bad thing.
I'm going to stab you. I'm really not because it's an
Yeah.
intelligent dagger and I haven't used it yet. But still.
With your passive perception,
Yeah.
you hear the slightest thump at the roof.
There's something on the roof.
Yeah, it's going to stay around until the sun rises.
Tess is gonna book it upstairs because she can run faster than all of us.
Now that you're upstairs and you get this nice, ridiculously epic fantasy Aurora Borealis stuff going on in the sky, with a bunch of stars and stuff. And the stars seem to go into like a spiral, and in the center there's nothing, just black space. And more importantly, you see a giant, lengthy bat humanoid creature, and it's perched up on top of the tower, and it doesn't have any eyes. The eyes are like gone, and you just see this big bat nose thing going on it, and it's just like looking down at the tower, and you see its mouth open every once in a while, and it's got these short little pointy teeth. You think maybe if it's a bat, it's using echolocation or something.
Just throw some sunlight at it. It'll go away.
And because Azra made the tower out of jello, the jello's absorbing the sound, so it has no idea what the tower is. It's this tower shape, just void of nothingness.
I love how the Jello Tower actually became an advantage.
Jello Tower is clutch.
I like that's a tower made of force, and you guys are like, nope, Jello. It's definitely Jello.
So then he's screeching at it, and the jello's just shaking.
Has to be
and
like, solid.
But you can see it like above you.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not even 5 feet away from you currently, and you're thinking if it wasn't hunched over, it would probably be around 15 feet tall. It is
what
big.
do I think this thing is an animal or an undead? Religion or nature, or what am I checking here?
You can do nature if you want.
Okay. 16. Is it natural?
Definitely not.
Okay. Religion. Is it undead? 17.
Doesn't show any signs of being one.
Well, it's not an animal or
I'm
undead.
gonna assume it's probably a monstrosity. I get a 17.
Yeah.
What's the
That's out of
Baron?
my range of
What's the
expertise.
Baron doing, by the way? Everybody went upstairs. And, what the fuck is this? Whoa, holy shit! What's the Baron?
I
doing?
was-
Baron specifically
no,
said
Dag
he
is
laid
like,
back
hey,
down and went to
You're
sleep
the
again.
only one that fucking knows anything about this place. Get your ass up here. I don't know why I'm whispering. You can't hear us, right, Azra?
Yeah, it can't.
Cool.
And I go upstairs. I'm just like, it'll go away when the sun comes up. I told you. I mean, if you can produce
Okay.
great sunlight, it will drive it away. They don't like that.
I can't.
What is it?
It's a night terror. It's,
I
it's
can, but I don't know if I
some
want
sort
to.
of demon servitor of an ancient dead bat god. And they're everywhere.
Uh-huh.
They
So
kill
would you say
hundreds of
it's
people
like
a day or something.
Okay,
It's just the
that's not
natives.
Okay, we've talked about this. That's not okay anymore.
Sorry, you interrupted my beauty sleep.
Do we want to kill it?
I like to think the Baron has like the cucumber eyes and like the face
Yes!
mask.
Yes!
His hair is in curls.
His cat curlers.
I mean, he has the Spanish
Yeah.
conquistador thing going on. He definitely has fucking curlers.
Sure. Sure.
He's got like the housewife robe and pink slippers on.
They're like little bat themed slippers.
Oh my god, yes.
Oh my
I love
God.
it.
Stole
I mean,
Batman.
Azra, can we cast spells through this?
Good question. I was about to ask the same thing. No, we can't? Okay, cool.
Can you cast spells through the tiny hut?
No, you can't.
Because this is a tiny
you
hut,
can't.
but it's not tiny.
Okay,
It's a
then no.
tower. It's the tower version of tiny hut.
Because
You're
I can
going
cast
away on its
Dawn.
own.
I can cast. I haven't actually ever cast it, but I can cast Dawn. I was saving it. but-
The only thing is, if we do that, we're liable to bring a shitload of attention to us, considering it's literally bringing the sun up early.
Another
Oh,
one.
yeah.
You see
I
another
don't
one
know.
just barely show up because it's nighttime. Fly over and also perch on top, and they both seem to be
Baron.
communicating with each other.
Would
Are they in
torching?
the
I think we
line?
just have to wait till they go away. That's my vote.
Baron, would torching these things make the others more scared and not come around, or would it be more likely to piss them all off and for them to swarm us?
If you produce sunlight, it should drive them off until they realize it's not true sunlight.
And then what happens?
They will.
They get mad.
I mean, but they will go away when the sun comes up.
How much longer do we have?
22 hours.
What?
Sorry, I'm sleepy. Uh,
I like how it's both in and out. Of
We
character.
have been asleep for probably about
8 hours.
8 hours. So
it's you can't tell the season. We got another between 2 to 4 hours. Depends if it's winter or summer.
I've got my spells back. I'm willing to
Oh,
take a
and-
fight with these things if it means we can
If
still
no one's
retreat back
been
into the
screwing
tower.
with it again.
Wait, what?
What?
So what do you guys do?
Oh, I vote nothing.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm worth wasting spells on this thing if they're all over the place.
That's fair.
And if they're gonna leave anyway.
I mean, we
I
wouldn't
think
be
if,
able
if
to
we
make
have
it.
to pick a
to-
fight, if we have to pick a fight, we can. But I think we just shouldn't unless we really have to.
Yeah.
Agreed.
I was just like, well, that was pretty smart.
Okay, so are these things like demons or like elementals or monstrosities or?
To your point of view, more demon, devil, servitor of a ancient bad god.
I'm gonna pull out the dagger and sort of look up at the things and just see how it reacts to the proximity.
I still think it's funny that Dagger uses the dagger.
Fuck you.
Oh, right, that dagger. I'm like, what dagger? What? I don't remember giving you
Ezra
Frodo's.
loves to spite herself.
I don't
I
remember
have,
giving you Frodo's sword and it glows blue.
Well, I have the Doomblade
It's
that
the Doomslayer's dagger.
the
Yeah.
Doomslayer gave me.
Yeah.
It like is really good at killing fiends.
You
I
pull it
don't
out
know if
and you
it
immediately
has, like,
feel
a proximity.
bloodlust from it, directed upwards.
Yep, cool. All right, I'm gonna put that shit away for now. Later, buddy.
It seems to get it seems to get angrier as you put it away.
Yeah, I'm sure.
That's
That's gonna backfire on me eventually. Just whipping
Yeah.
the thing out just for like,
Right.
a flashlight.
Yeah. Fiend test. It's like a fiendometer.
Yeah.
I'm just dick teasing him constantly.
I want to stab him. it's like the robot from Futurama.
Don't worry, I'm only gonna kill you.
They took away my stabbing knife.
So you guys do. I'm assuming you guys are doing nothing then.
Yeah.
2 hours pass, and you like. What do you guys do for the 2 hours? Are you just like? Is anybody staying up at the top, above the tree line?
Yeah, I'll stay up at the top and look around.
Yeah.
Okay. Dawn starts to appear on the horizon, and as it does, both of them see that and flee.
Dag's probably like up in the top of the tower reading, but also like watching these things. Like I'm already fucking up, so.
And if any of you were downstairs, you did see glowing eyes in the jungle as well for just the briefest moment.
Ugh.
Meanwhile, the Baron's
Oh,
just getting
bueno.
high as fuck.
Yep.
We got the good stuff in the jungle.
Baron's just choking up.
He's like, this one's that plant. He said this one's poisonous before. You see him grinding up part of it and then putting it in one of the leaves of the same plant and rolling it up and smoking it.
I mean, we are immune to poison.
Yeah, for the rest of the day.
I'll give you that one, Baron. You can have as much of that as you want in your inventory.
I think this is a picture
Poisonous
of the thing,
weed.
so-
Baron's purple kush.
Did you send it to the group chat?
We do not
Not
endorse drug use.
Oh, okay.
Page 36 of the doc, that's the creature, right?
Let me double check.
Because the pictures don't always align with the names. Thank you.
Of the bat thing?
Yeah.
They don't have the page numbers on here.
Oh, I was going by the PDF.
Oh,
The
it's 36, yeah.
Okay. I'll send that to the chat for you.
Yeah. None of you are a pirate in a rowboat, but
Darn!
it gives you a good scale of how big this thing is
Damn.
and how creepy it
I
is.
would be a pirate in a rowboat.
Oh, yeah. I probably should have mentioned the wings themselves don't have a web membrane. They just look big, elongated hands growing out of their back.
Ugh.
Creepy.
Ooh.
Kind of like Sasuke from Naruto. If any of you have watched that show.
Send it to the
More or less angsty than that.
Probably less.
Oh, fuck that.
I mean, they're called night terrors for a reason.
Oh
Silent
boy,
save is
no.
So yeah.
Fine.
Oh no.
Then the dawn rises. The rest of the way, eventually.
Ugh.
I
Yeah,
love how the guy in the robot's like, I'm just gonna not look at it.
that's a guy.
No, it's creeping up on him. He doesn't know it's there.
No,
If
fuck
I don't
that.
make eye contact, it'll go away.
It's the horror movie thing where you like the audience sees it, but they don't know, and the thing's making no
And
noise.
it's just like,
Yeah.
how do you not fucking see it?
Yeah.
It's literally touching the butt. It's in your line of
Yeah.
sight.
Yeah. And he's just like, row, row, row your boat gently down the. Ah!
I should just use this rowboat in the middle of the night in this horrible danger jungle. That's safe. By myself.
The pirate captain's like, rolls a 1. I'll go out and look for the treasure myself.
But Captain, it's in the middle of the night.
Just goes out on his
You'll be there.
I'll find it at the bottom of this river sometime in the middle of the night. Anyway, so yeah, it's morning now, and the sun's up a bit. No sign of this thing or its friend.
I look out into the jungle where you said it was rotted before. Does it still look rotted, or does it look normal now?
Yes, you guys can see clear trails of where things seem to have been. It seemed to be wandering through here, and parts of the trees themselves seem to have this disgusting decay and some fungus growing off of them too.
So,
Varth, can you
Azra
fix
knows
that?
her tower is going to be gone in the next hour.
I don't think
Yeah.
I can. There was once magic that allowed me to fix that, but it is completely gone now for some reason.
that's not true. Plant growth is a thing. Plant growth should do it, I think. I don't know that it'll like
Plant
repair
growth?
it, but yeah.
Can you cure disease or poison?
Oh yeah, I can do that.
Plant growth. Shit, it's a fucking bard spell too? What the dicks?
Oh.
I mean,
Um,
so singing to plants does help them grow.
Literally.
Row, you good.
Third level spell. It takes 1 action or holy shit or 8 hours. Okay, so you can all normal plants in a 100-foot centered radius, 100-foot center radius centered on that point become thick and overgrown. If you cast it over 8 hours, you can enrich the land, and all plants in a half-mile radius will become enriched for a year. But that takes 8 fucking hours to cast.
Cool.
So maybe hold off on that one.
I think it's only temporary. It's not a permanent plant growth.
No, because then with the point of it being,
You guys see.
I mean, the duration is instantaneous.
the Baron looks like he's like tasting the air or something.
What the hell are you doing?
Things feel off, not right.
Oh yeah, the forest is rotten.
Oh no, that's common.
Okay, I'm gonna sit down and prepare my spells, and then I guess we're gonna figure out what the fuck was going on and where we are.
As you finish preparing your spells, the tower dissipates as the spell ends.
Ah, fuck! I just dropped through the floor. Shit! Ow!
We'll say
I was on the bottom floor.
we'll say you had plenty of time, and Azra would have warned you. So
No, it's funnier that way.
I like to think that the tower disappears floor by floor too, I think.
Alright.
Like,
We
like,
should-
boom, boom, boom. You
Hmm.
had time. You had time. You were warned.
I'd like
I
to
was
say that
scared.
you warned her and she heard the noise, but just didn't pay attention anyway and fell because she was still reading while it
She was
happened.
just like really
Just
reading.
To
One
be
minute,
fair,
one
that's pretty
sec.
accurate.
One sec. Oh shit.
Sorry. Oh fuck. I was working on a new spell that I've never cast before.
Baron, which way were you pointing?
Pointing the way he remembers the Legion of Dusk's forces were setting up forts and stuff.
Okay, Varth, you see he points
Deep
the
point?
direction of that campsite you saw. Or the fortress, I should
The
say.
dark, foreboding campsite. We're seriously gonna go there.
Ooh.
Did you see another source
Spooky.
of civilization, Varth?
Not anywhere in any direction at all.
But that is because we're in the
Then-
uncivilized lands.
Cool.
So is there a way we can just plane shift back to where this all makes sense?
Possibly.
We could try it.
I don't like the
But
word
what will
try.
happen if
Let's
it doesn't
just
work?
let's just
You would waste
assume
a spell slot.
let's just assume this is a dungeon of death situation where we can't do that and walk towards the creepy campsite and probably have to kill everyone.
Well,
I mean,
another.
that worked out just fine in the Tomb of Annihilation.
Last time I left, when the trap was set up, wasn't too pleasant.
Okay, so you're saying trap. What does that mean?
Nothing to concern.
No, it really fucking does, though.
No. Unless you know
I'm
the best.
concerned.
Do you find if I make up the flashback, Baron?
Sure.
Okay. Goes back to the Planeswalker Baron. And he's like, this place is boring. I've already killed all of the entire people here. Especially those Eldrin. I really hate those things. I don't know why they're here, but they're not anymore. I'm just gonna plane shift out of here. Here I go. I'm going to plane shift right now. And then suddenly a sigil, a yellow circle with a triangle in the center and a bunch of arcane symbols appears, and he falls down onto the ground, and he's like, huh, that has never happened before. And then it goes back to present.
So, how did you leave last time?
I broke through it. Painfully. Very painfully.
So if I cast healing magic on you afterwards, can you do it again?
How long ago was that?
Over 400 years.
Fuck. I don't think it's gonna work, Varth.
Damn it.
Yeah.
It was set up by that dick. I hate that motherfucker.
No, okay,
I mean,
who's the
yes,
dick?
the other dick's even more of a dick, but...
Do you know these dicks' names?
Yes, there's no concern for you.
Let's just
We've
go to the
talked about
creepy
this.
fortress.
I am
Let's-
a historian.
We'll ask
I
people
swear
at the
to
creepy
knowledge.
fortress.
Cool. All right,
If
fine.
they don't try to kill us,
What's
we'll talk
Dick
to
and
them.
other Dick's name?
Nail it.
The Council of
Azor
Dicks.
and Nicol Bolas.
Oh, shit. Okay, wait. So I've seen Nicobolus in that vision. Did I ever hear his name?
You just heard the Baron go, oh, fuck!
Yeah.
You didn't hear his name, but the fact that he said his name, somehow it still made that connection with you.
Yeah.
He's that
Oh,
powerful of a being that his name alone would have that kind of influence.
Okay.
Cool. That's comforting.
Especially because you guys have no idea what Dagger is reacting to, because I've seen his whole backstory, but I didn't share it entirely with you
Yeah.
guys.
Rude,
you didn't.
by the way. Rude.
Okay, I figured I was being invasive enough. I wasn't going to share it with everybody else.
I assume you guys are going through the
Trusted me,
jungle,
I trusted you.
and
Yes.
the Baron has his sword out, and he's just like chopping vines away. You know.
Avoid that plant
Yeah,
there.
I'm
It is not
fine.
dangerous. It just smells bad.
The flower just goes like,
They're quite like
I'm
you.
sorry, it
then.
goes.
We walk by and Chung is like, "Oh, this one's pretty," and it just like releases a fart of like pollen.
And it's somehow
Smells like
green.
rotting flesh to draw flies.
It likes you. That means it likes you, Chung. It thinks you have good flesh. I think.
She like turns around and like the green skin is now tinged yellow.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Ooh, do not drink water that comes from that plant. It gives you explosive diarrhea.
That's
Learn
a-
that the long, hard way.
Varth, do you do anything while you're in this jungle? This is fauna and stuff you've never experienced before.
Varth is literally like staring at every plant we walk by. Then he says, "Don't touch that." Varth's like, "What's this?" And like,
Everyone that he
Like-
does not say don't touch that. Dagger's picking, because I still never refilled that book of flowers that got stolen from me way back in Chul.
oddly enough, the Baron is not pointing out dangerous or poisonous plants.
fuck.
Just obnoxious plants that he finds, not too pleasing to his own senses. So it's not
Varth
like
is studying
that is
all
deadly.
sorts of different
Right.
things.
That
was
one
Mostly
dangerous.
the ones he
It's-
finds offensive.
toilet paper.
I love it.
Hey, you guys are moving ahead when you hear a rustle in the bushes. It's a rustle. It's a rustle.
A rustle in the jungle.
Mm-hmm.
Russell?
Rustle.
Theater, maybe? Should be
I
fine.
turn around and kind of look that direction.
Test vanishes.
Yeah.
Was there not another one of us?
And a bipedal, small-sized dinosaur appears. But this is... It kind of looks like a little velociraptor, but it's covered in a bunch of colorful feathers.
It's cute. Wait, so
Friend.
the ones in Chult, they're not covered in feathers, are
No,
they?
they're the stereotypical Jurassic Park ones.
Okay.
Well,
It
these
has
ones...
feathers. It's adorable.
These ones are the more scientifically accurate, at least for feathers, but not.
Yes.
They're ridiculously colorful. Like this is really bright, high saturation feathers.
Yay.
Rainbow pooped over everything here.
Yeah.
Adorable.
Careful, they bite.
Oh, okay. How hard?
It sees you guys and flees back into the bushes.
Oh,
No.
They are cute. I used to have one. As
I'm gonna polymorph into that later.
I
It's
caught
gonna
him.
be awesome.
Would
got
that
a
classify as an animal?
Yes, yes, it would.
Okay.
Yes.
It is a velociraptor, stat-wise.
Okay.
Exactly.
Varth can now
One higher
shift into
charisma.
one of those.
Yeah.
yeah.
And
I
then
guess
you
we're just-
eventually get to the fortress, or the outpost, I should say.
It has been 400 years. Hopefully things haven't changed too much.
You were saying it's been 400 years since we walked through the forest.
That
That was a long walk.
We're all dead.
It sure feels like it after that fight. Wow, wow.
Baron's just got like a giant Santa Claus sack with our bodies in it, and he's just been dragging it along for no reason.
Skulls when he needs to talk to you.
When you see there are guards in front of the entrance to this outpost, and they are wearing armor like the barons, and they both have halberds. They're very pale.
Do you know these folks?
They look
Seriously,
towards you
just because
guys.
they're a bit pale and wearing the same outfit does not mean we know each other.
They look towards you guys and see the
You
baron.
know, wearing the same outfit in a world you've been to before
Oh,
and
so
if
I go back to Abed Terrell and see a person dressed like you, that you know them?
not as an individual. Do you recognize them from some kind of organization? You
Yeah,
did
they're
we?
Legion of Dusk. Why didn't you say so?
They see the baron, and then they stop looking at you guys and just look ahead and let you guys through.
Hey,
Just kind of
hey, Bob.
nod and walk through.
I actually say their names. I knew them.
Do you speak? Their names are actually probably more Italian or Spanish, or a mix of the two.
So
Hey, Jose.
bad.
Hey, Roberto.
When the Baron speaks, he speaks in a language you guys do not understand. In the real world, it's a mix between Spanish and Italian.
Oh, French.
I guess, yeah.
Damn it.
And they give you, I don't know it, but they would give you,
Buongiorno.
they would give you a Legion of Dusk greeting equivalent back.
Let's go.
Dag cannot wait until she can sit
Buongiorno,
down and
ragazza.
cast comprehend
Come sta?
languages because she's not like not being able to understand the language.
As they
In the
speak,
background.
with your ridiculously high passive perception, you notice they do not have vampiric teeth. They're just very pale humans.
Mm.
Not all the members
Just
are vampires. Only nobility gets transformed typically.
Good to know.
One of them says, "What language are you speaking? That's an interesting language." No one
It
else
is
hears
from-
this, so you just see the guard turn around and talk to the Baron.
It's my friends are from another plane. Like think Dominaria, if you recall that.
They
Probably
both-
not.
They
Never
both
mind.
look at each other in astonishment and then look back at you and turn around and say, "You all planeswalkers."
I'm
Why
so
don't you-
angry. I can't speak this language.
Technically, no, I brought them. So, but they can still. Their plane is weird. It's weird, but they do not have the spark yet.
Wait, there is only one planeswalker that has the right of redemption. Are you Salbador? You guys hear Salbador. That's the only word you get out of that.
Yes, I'm Baron Salbador.
They both get down on one knee and bow to you.
Ah, good, they remember me.
I already hate this place.
Shit, he wasn't kidding about the nobility thing.
Yeah, no, I need that.
No, it's
Yes.
okay. Keep guard. I shall walk.
May the blood flow for you, they say. We'll go with that as their
Sometimes it depends on the time of the Yes.
Ah, I see you are fasting. It's quite noble of you.
Yes. Unfortunately, I don't travel around with criminals anymore.
Wait, what?
What?
Whatever. They turn around and go back to work.
You said to don't travel around with criminals anymore. He starts looking around, and I just hear the sad crying from the floor because the dog is staring at me and begging for treats, just like ever so subtly.
Criminals.
Oh shit! It's Saturday. I'm
Like, give me fucking treats.
that we walk through.
Yeah.
You notice that they it's very small, but there actually is a bit of civilization here. There's a little market and everything. Imagine a very like Spanish conquistadors, but also Gothic.
So this is like a town or like an encampment?
Encampment for sure.
Okay, so I'm basically imagining like the war camps in Skyrim.
You notice a group just came in from the other side, and you see that they have hogtied on a stick, and it's like 4 of them are carrying him. One of those parrot panther creatures that Varth saw the other day.
There, that's what I'm talking about. See? Part panther, part parrot.
And it's
Like
very
a griffin.
It's very dead.
Apparently they eat them.
It's very beautiful.
Maybe they skin them and make clothes and armor and stuff out of them. I don't know.
Brightly colored. You wouldn't blend in anywhere unless you're trying to look like one of those things.
I mean, have you seen this jungle?
Everybody here looks at you all weird as you're speaking in Taurelian, I'll call it.
If we sit down for a minute, I could cast comprehend languages and I can understand what some of them are saying.
Azra switches
Baron-
to Infernal and sees
The
if any of them
Baron,
know.
they go to talk to each other and they're like, are they speaking in the language of the Sun Empire? No, I would recognize it.
No, they're good. They're good.
Azra starts speaking in Infernal and sees if that rings any more bells with the people.
One lady that is wearing mage robes looks over at you.
Ah, okay. She just does this.
Dag like hears the infernal, considers briefly for a second draconic, and then remembers the name Nicobolus. Is like, nope, nope.
Infernal's like, Oscar. It's a very like it's like German. It's a very aggressive language. So
Yeah, but she's saying like, hey, what's up? What's good, Holmes?
I pop open my jar of my clay jar of ocean where Captain Squiggles is, and I'm like, I look down at the jar, and in primordial I say, "Do you understand any of this? I know I only taught you one language, but there's a rare chance maybe you know what it is."
both tentacles go up to a shrug.
No.
I had to
Oh my
guess.
god, she's so cute.
Love her so much.
And then she playfully gets one suction cup on each tentacle and goes like a reverse clap.
Oh my god, she's so cute. Because Dag is curious and also kind of fucking loaded, but still has a bunch of shit to sell. I'm curious. I want to see what they're selling at this place. It's probably like, here's food and like.
You see food and weapons for sale.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Did anyone look at Varth when he started speaking in primordial?
No. Well, they're looking at you guys regardless because they don't understand your language.
Yeah.
And Varth, Baron, now you think of it, Varth actually kind of looks like a big enemy of theirs. He does have blue skin.
He is okay. He is with me. He is okay. He is with me.
Would it be easier if I was a water elemental?
Here, put this helmet on. I just
Okay.
put my helmet on his head.
So I can't wear this armor. It's against my ethos. It's metal.
You see over at they seem to have like an execution stand there, and there's like a chopping block, and they got the dude with the the executioner hood, and he's got a really big halberd that looks like it's specifically for executions. Might not work well in combat, but it would for
Executioner's axe.
And you see that they are in the middle of doing some chopping. And one of them looks almost like a merfolk, but they have legs instead of a tail, lower half.
River people.
Chunk! Head goes
Would
right.
it be easier if I was a panther?
Azra just puts her wizard hat on your head. Like, does that help?
So you now have the Baron's helmet and a wizard hat?
He gave me back the helmet. That's metal.
Well, I am able to wear the
Azra
hat.
just told that we were putting hats.
Maybe I should just turn into one of those dinosaurs and follow us around.
Oh, those are common too.
That would be adorable.
But as long as you're with me, you should be fine.
So where are you guys?
Captain Squiggles, this is going to be awkward for us.
Dagger's going into the shopping?
Captain
The
Squiggles'
market?
tentacle comes out and kind of pats me on the shoulder, and then she goes back into the...
Shopping,
Oh.
of course.
Yeah, like
Strange
I
land.
look over it, I'm like, hey, it's just like weapons and shit. And Chung is like, weapons? Because it occurred to her and also me last fight that she has nothing that's ranged. So she's going to buy a longbow.
You see they do not have longbows. They have a lot of crossbows, though.
That works. Whatever.
Longbow's not as useful in the jungle.
That's fair.
They seem to have a lot of steel manufacture. Very, maybe a little bit past Renaissance era level of craft. Don't mind me just getting another book.
Yay.
I'm gonna sound kind of weird for a minute. I'll
Oh,
be
wow.
back to normal volume in a couple.
Purdue.
You should keep your stuff like that when you're doing the announcer for Slaughter.
Sounds like a drive-through speaker.
Yeah, it sounds like a 20s.
And next time,
Yeah, that's perfect. That's perfect.
That's hilarious.
Really does sound like a drive-through. Like, that's hilarious.
That's awesome.
Hey, I would like a extra large double cheeseburger.
I'm sorry, we're out of cheese.
Okay, can I get a salad?
No.
All right, I'll just get a coffee then.
Okay, we have.
Sorry, our coffee machine's broken.
Coffee sheets, sorry.
Can I get a salad? No.
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 It's fast food. No.
I don't know why that made me laugh so much.
That was perfect. All right, let's see here.
Same price as in the PHB for like crossbow?
Yeah.
Okay.
You notice their coinage is weird.
Do they take gems then? Because that's still what we have most of.
Oh yeah, they take gems.
Okay.
They give you
then
change in a giant coin pouch. How big are your
Chung
gems?
will. Huh?
You got like really valuable gems, if I remember right.
But
like-
yeah, but I think they
Yeah,
were
I
all
like
kind different.
We changed some of them, yeah.
That's
Yeah,
like-
we got some small ones too. I
These
think,
ones
right?
I think are still the ones from the crown. And it was a
Yeah.
giant chest full of like every flavor of gem you can think of every size.
Cherry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, cherry flavored gems.
I was going to say some of them are probably bloodstones, but not the kind of blood the Baron hopes that it is. This tastes like rock. Why did they call it a bloodstone?
It's like getting blood from a stone. Hey.
So Baron, who do you talk to here to determine whether or not you're able to leave? We're able to leave or not?
Nobody.
So then, do we just try it? And
Later, when we're
Oh,
safe, since
okay.
we're safe here. I can also see what has developed over the last 4 centuries. Hey, guard! What's happened in the last 4 centuries?
Still looking for the immortal sun.
Damn! You think that'd be
Wait a
easier to
minute.
find?
If the Sun Empire would yield it to us.
Yeah, damn primitives.
Yeah, right.
Mhm. It was ours to begin with, stealing it from ours.
There's a primitive sun empire that stole the sun.
You guys can't hear any of that.
no, Dagger's gonna go buy food and sit down. And while we're eating lunch, I'm casting comprehend languages.
Yeah, the Baron will treat everyone to delicacies of the area, like empanadas and burritos and tacos.
You get
And Spanish
something
rice.
like
I want to hate him, but literally all of those things are things that Torel does not have and would be amazing, or at least not our corner of Torel.
you see
And
they
chocolate.
They got a blackboard with like chalk and stuff, and they got like meat of the day, chef's choice.
Oh boy.
Meat of the day, question mark.
And you see somebody else wrote underneath it, whatever we just brought in.
Meat of the day, that panther creature we brought in from outside.
This is a delicious drink we got from the acquired from the natives. It's liquid chocolate from a cocoa plant. We
This
mix a
tastes
little milk in
incredibly
it.
bitter, Baron. How do people drink this?
We mix milk in with it, along with sugar cane that the slaves give for us.
Okay, with sugar, this might be tolerable.
This is amazing.
Yes.
This is so incredibly bitter without sugar.
She's like torn because like she would like to. The nice thing to do would be to share, but also it is amazing.
I think I'm going to take advantage of this time that when we go to sleep, instead of looking like these people want to kill me, I'm going to turn into a small velociraptor and walk around with us.
Okay.
I think they'll stare at me less if I look like a little lizard bird.
He looks like my old pet, Yoshi.
You okay, my dude?
I had a pet dinosaur named Yoshi. That
Yes.
seems like a very poorly chosen name for a dinosaur.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
There's just a
Waiting for
flash.
somebody to make the reference.
There's not even a flashback. It's just like a picture of the Baron, but he looks somehow really younger and not vampiric. And he's just like, it's a picture of him in like mid playfully tossing this little green dinosaur, and you just hear like the.
And he's got a red hat with an M on it for no explainable reason. And a red shirt with blue overalls, and he's like, "Hey!"
Oh God!
I'm an Baron. Oh,
Like Strahd and Mario had a baby. It's terrible.
oh God, it really is.
Hey, it's a me.
That is
That's
flashback
it.
I would read.
It's a me, a
Just saying,
vampiro.
it's out there, link it to me.
I mean, it's the internet. It probably exists, and if it doesn't already, it will.
I will write it.
Besides the food and the weapons, do you look for anything else at the market?
Well, I'm just looking around. Like, I don't know what's here. I don't know how big this place is.
Okay, after you cast your spell and you're able to talk to them and stuff, and don't have to have the Baron as your translator, the one person says if you're looking for something more. Oh, I hear something in the background.
No, we're good.
The she might have something. And points to that mage lady.
Oh, I'm gonna.
If you're
Azra.
planeswalkers, as we have heard rumors, then that would be.
Or
You
something.
might have something useful for you.
I say we're something like that, and then I'm like, I think I'm aware that planeswalkers are a step beyond what we are, but Dag doesn't care.
Yay! Now you don't sound like you're in a drive-through speaker.
Hooray!
Except for the Baron. Somehow
Oh.
he still sounds.
Oh, hey, Jesse.
And I'm gonna. Oh, hey, Jesse. Is he in chat? I guess.
He send a hey guys. We're totally not in a plane from Magic the Gathering.
Yes. B-52 bomber.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna go collect Azra and be like, hey, apparently this mage lady has stuff for sale. If you want to see if she's got any scrolls or something, I can
Yes,
translate now.
please.
I can speak the language now, at least for the next hour. I think it lasts an hour.
He is down to clown with that.
That merchant, since you guys are outsiders, they help you get into the interior. There's like a door that goes to a building, and apparently that's where this wizard lady's at. And with her with you, and the guards let you in. She shows some kind of scroll of certification or something.
Is this the mage that understood Infernal?
Yes.
In
Yeah. Okay.
in
Can't
common,
think
I
of
turn,
anything to say, but
in common, I turn to Azra. I'm like, for what it's worth, if she has something that we really like and she doesn't want to accept our coin, We do have a bunch of spell books, I think most of which you already know stuff of that maybe she could learn
That's
something
true.
from.
That's true. Noted. She's like trying to be subtle, but she does a big wink and like one of these, like, got it.
I'm just imagining the blink dogs are just like there staring like this is not the right place. This is no, don't like this place. This is the wrong jungle. Mainly because my blink dog is sitting there growling at me.
Morty's just on my shoulder. I imagine he's just like looking at all the stuff, like on cat alert.
You go in and there's just like a archway for the doors once you get inside, and you walk into the more open room and you notice that the wizard has a crystal orb, and she appeared to be doing something with it, but as you guys walk in, she dismisses whatever. Says
Probably scrying.
says in Infernal, you must be the planeswalkers.
What's up? Were you scrying through that?
Yes, I was.
Cool. I can do that. Can I?
Can you do that?
Te amo,
Yeah. Wait.
El Baron Salbador.
Oh, fuck you.
God.
Wait,
You Google translating this shit right now.
the Baron Salbador?
Yes. I know it's been a while. I'm back for now. Things are different. Something weird happened about 150-ish years ago.
Were you not slain?
No. I survived.
Oh, well, that's convenient for you then.
Yes.
What brings you into this neck of the woods?
Oh, I plane shifted, and for some reason, this plane is not where it used to be.
We tried to go back to our home world and we landed here accidentally.
I would see planeswalkers would be able to notice that quite easily. Yes, it appears that we've merged with another multiverse.
Oh.
Some
Okay.
evil being named Crawford. Anyway,
Do you think that was the
Jeremy!
Do you think that was the Sundering there?
Apparently there was a
No.
being called the Crawford that met with Bolus.
well,
Oh. My patron god, the Crawford.
oddly enough, around, like, timeline-wise, out of character, while Torrell had the Sundering in the Magic the Gathering universe, they had the Mending. And if the timelines, like the way I created, they were almost same time that shit was happening.
Well,
But they were like two not connected events, but it's just kind of funny. It's the Sundering and the Mending.
That is rather ironic.
this
that they
happened
have-
around the time of the mending.
Yes, I lost a tremendous amount of power. I used to be able to do
I thought you
so.
were gonna say you lost a bet.
Yes,
Also, probably.
you are not the only one.
Hmm.
Many strong beings have lost a significant amount of power. Does not make them any less formidable, though.
Yes, some of them are probably still pretty damn strong.
How many people are in here? Just us? And the lady?
Currently, just you guys, yeah.
And the wizard lady?
Yeah, the merchant lady leaves after Baron shows up. She's not needed
I
here.
see Dinosaur Varth like doing the circles, like he's trying to make room for her real size Varth. I'm like,
No.
Or-
I didn't turn into a dinosaur yet. Now that
Oh, okay.
everyone's gone and it's just us, now
Oh,
I
okay.
turn into a dinosaur.
Oh,
parrot,
actually-
the parrot-looking dinosaur.
Actually, she does have someone in here, and they seem to be writing stuff in books. They are wearing black robes, and they have long, pale, bony, pointy fingers, and you cannot see their face beyond the hood.
The minute I don't think they're paying attention, I turn into a little dinosaur.
Okay. You notice that there are chains all over them, and more importantly, they don't have any feet. There's nothing touching the ground.
Huh.
They seem to be floating.
That's
there.
neat.
Dagger's gonna try and read what's on the paper. Fuck, never mind, I can't.
Varth does the confused dinosaur thing and goes,
It looks like this.
Oh, fuck me!
Ooh. Cool.
whoa, that looks neat.
Yes. It is.
If possible, she's going to, during our discussion, try and edge closer and closer to that so she could put her pinky on the edge of the table. I have to touch the writing to read it.
Please do not bother my indentured servant.
Sorry, I'm just curious by nature, and I've never seen a servant quite like that.
Well, not. Depends on what guild you're in.
Oh. Don't tell me they visited.
Yes, I actually have a few things from the Is It Guild that might be of interest to you.
Yeah. Then.
What kind of things?
Is it you want to know?
She pulls up a folded up cloth and puts it on the table and unrolls it, and inside you see this weird dark metal circlet, almost like a headband. She has a few of them.
What does that do?
Oh, she has two. Perfect.
Makes you pretty.
I just had it, and I went back to get that picture for you. Give me a second. All right.
Sorry.
She says, yes, this is what they call a spy's murmur. Here's a better description. A headpiece crafted of dark metal, and it curves around the ear, it looks like. She says, it allows you to speak with your mind to another one that's wearing one of these, within 1 mile.
That's pretty baller. Does it require like you to attune with it?
Yes, it does.
It suddenly seems incredibly less useful now.
So I was thinking that would
all of
be
us
great.
have maxed out our attunement.
Well, the
slot.
thing is, I
But
was
if you
thinking
are
it would be
from-
great for Tess. And I'm like, but shit, almost all of us have our attunement slots filled.
And
Yeah.
Tongue and Tess do not.
since you are from
Chun
Another-
would stay back with us anyway because she can't sneak for shit.
But
Since
Tess
you are
is not
from-
here.
Yeah, who is this Tess?
Wait, is she speaking common?
No, you still have your spell activated.
Because I when I'm talking to the crew, I would be speaking common because they can't understand the language that me and the Baron and her are
Oh,
speaking.
never mind, she doesn't impede that.
Also, that was partially cat. Like,
She says, not knowing what you guys were talking about, I would be willing to trade with something from another plane.
I have so much shit.
This is from the plane of Ravnica. I have not been there myself, but I hear
It's
that they,
not though. It's cracked up to be. It's really.
Would you like a historical text? We have a lot of those still, or did we sell them all?
You super fucking do. We haven't sold shit.
I don't suppose
Sweet.
something from Mirrodun came here. Any kind of dark steel?
Not that I can see, no.
I don't know what any of that means.
It's an indestructible metal.
That sounds pretty baller, but I think we
It
have that
appears-
on our plane.
It
It's
appears
stronger than adamantium.
it appears you have
Oh.
plenty of that as she looks over at your half-orc friend.
Apparently, it's not the same, he says.
And what-
I think it sounds alright.
That is not dark metal?
Dark metal and adamantine, two different things.
Ah, interesting. She's going over to examine Chung. What would Chung be doing? Chung can't understand any of this, by the way.
Probably just like
Gun poses.
surprised. And then like when she realizes all the rest of us are like, no, it's fine, just like
She comes over with a ridiculously comically small, kind of like carpenter hammer thing, and she's just like ting ting on the metal. She puts her hands in the air, and you see magic runes in the shape of circles, kind of like Doctor Strange kind of thing. And she's examining it. You've never seen magic cast this way before.
Varth, the little dinosaur Varth again, kind of cocks his head and looks like.
Yeah, I'm watching her hands and stuff very closely, like trying to decipher
same.
what, like, somatic.
What's your
thing
Arcana
she's doing.
bonus, Azra?
Me,
Yes.
+9.
Okay, you definitely know that she's casting Detect Magic on it.
Ah, noted. I just let her do it.
Yeah, we still have treasure from Resnicy. I just threw into the chat the giant list
Yeah.
of treasure that we have.
You said
Just give it Ross Species diary.
I'd be more.
Oh fuck no, that shit's mine.
I'd be more willing to part with these circlets if had other magic items instead of coin. Coin isn't of much use out here.
Well, magic items, you say?
But this would be worth about. Each of these would be worth only about 500 gold each. Trivial for planeswalkers as yourselves, she says as she smiles. You notice that she does have pointy teeth.
So, do you know the names of any other walkers who may have showed up here?
Ah, yeah. Jace was here.
Nobody likes Jace.
I don't recall that. Must be a new guy.
He's the living guild pact. He's the living guild pact. Have you not heard of Jace?
No, he must be new. Less than 400 years old. That's when I left this area.
Well, he became the living guild pact about a century ago, I've been told.
The living guild pack? Why would you make a living guild pack? Damn. That makes no sense. What if he dies?
Well, if
I just lean over and whisper to Azra
What
and
happened
comment.
to the
I'm
old
like,
guild
I
pack?
speak the language, but I have no idea what the fuck they're saying.
Well, you
What
see,
happened to the old guild pack?
So
That
that's
doesn't make
normal,
sense.
man.
That was supposed to last- that lasted for 10,000 years. Azra's a dick like that. What the fuck?
and she goes to explain to the Baron the recent history of Ravnica. That apparently the pact, the 10,000-year pact, was broken between the 10 guilds. And chaos seemed to ensue, and then there was a giant world maze puzzle. And he solved it. And when he solved it, he turned into the new living version of the pact. And whatever law he says while in Ravnica immediately becomes the true law there. So if he says no one's allowed to wear shoes, literally no one can wear shoes in Ravnica. Or it is law.
Exactly.
Also, shortly afterwards, he left Ravnica and only shows up like once in a blue moon. And everyone's pretty mad at him for not taking responsibility for being a living guild pact.
Mm-hmm. Like, man, back in my day, we had all the good ones, but man.
But yeah, she relays that to the Baron, but Dagger probably understood all that too.
I understood it, but like it doesn't.
You understood it, but you didn't understand it.
Yeah, like I can understand the language. I don't understand the meaning behind it. Okay, so
So wait. Jace, this planeswalker is come and gone.
Yes, he was here actually about 2 years ago.
Oh, we should be able to leave.
oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, if he can, we can. I mean, the guy's probably a poser. Probably like thinks he's super powerful and amazing. Probably nothing.
He's the smartest man in the multiverse.
If he's so smart, can he do this?
She just tilts her head.
Dinosaur
I'll never be
Varth
able to
also
understand
sucks.
planeswalkers.
While they're having this conversation that I understand but doesn't compute, I'm talking with the rest of the crew in common. And I'm like, so I have this thing that you might be really into. It's a protection from phase scroll. I think it would probably would go over really well considering, well, I guess, are Dryad Fae, Varth? Are they something else?
She leans over and sees you talking to everybody else and pulling out magic items and stuff. And Baron,
Well, I'm
you
not
see
pulling
her
it out.
cast
I'm like,
a spell.
I'm gesturing with the scroll case.
You ask Dinosaur
scroll.
Varth if they are Fae. Dinosaur Varth scratches in the dirt with his claw. Yes.
I'm like, you could just nod.
Azra has a spell, scroll of remove curse kicking around. If that's also helpful.
I could use a scroll of Fey protection. That would be quite useful out here, she says, in common. You're not the only one that knows that spell.
I know. I just like to sometimes keep what I have with the friends first.
Wand of the War Mage doesn't increase my spell DC.
Ah, I see. Well,
Super does.
No, it just gives me a +1 to my spell attack roll.
and saving
What?
throws.
Sure.
No, it doesn't say saves. It just says spell attack roll
What?
in the DM guide.
Oh, interesting.
Huh.
I ignore half cover when making a spell attack, and it increases my spell attack roll by the amount given.
Okay, it's not the same as the Pack Keeper.
Yeah, I'm thinking Pack Keeper, I think.
That is kind of shitty.
No, it ignores cover and stuff with attack spells too,
I
which is
guess
nice.
that's kind of useful.
I mean, I already do that.
Especially
My
for-
Staff of the Woodlands gives me +2 to spell attacks, so I don't need the wand anymore.
Yeah. However, do you have anything else? Because I feel like this scroll is probably a bit more rare than what you've got there.
Yeah.
Ooh, I know a very rare scroll I think one of us has that would be very valuable. Because I still have it written down for some reason. I don't know why I have it written down and not one of you have it.
Because
Maybe I
Dagger
forgot.
trusted you and shouldn't have.
An item I know they do not possess here. If you're willing to part, we could buy stuff with it. But it's up to you.
Just try the scroll first and see if she wants anything else.
We have a scroll of a spell that is called Plane Shift.
Oh,
It allows these mere mortals to shift the planes without the need to further spark.
Oh, let me see that.
Mm.
She looks at the scroll and she looks very, very intrigued.
Yes, apparently the
I can
planes
just pass.
are different for these people. And since we've shifted and multiversal, it should suffice here now.
How much do you ask for this?
What you got?
What
Like
level scroll
items
is
and
that?
stuff.
She puts down. It's 7th
Oh,
level.
it's plane shift? Holy balls, that's a very rare scroll.
She puts down both circlets. It takes her a bit, but she's like, and she pulls up another thing and pulls the cloth off, and you see this giant, weird-looking crossbow thing that's made of metal. It's got a little wick thing on the end and stuff. The Baron immediately
Like, how
recognizes
big
it
you
as
talking?
a flamethrower.
Oh,
Oh, sorry, a pyro converger.
Chung is Tess is probably like, that's a little weighty. Chung is like, why did I buy this? And just drops the crossbow in the dirt.
Like throws it over her shoulder.
Azra's like, 2, please.
I'm like, I can't use this, but I want it.
And
I
she
want 2, one
also
for each hand.
she also puts her staff on the table.
Wait, is it a light crossbow?
I look at the stuff.
no, it's a
Grabby
flame.
hands at the stuff.
The staff looks like by far the most valuable thing she has.
Me.
See what it does.
Azra like turns into a 3-year-old. I'm like, gimme.
She explains it can cast quite a few useful spells. It gives +1
Ooh.
to attacks and damage rolls with magic when using it as a quarterstaff. So if you smack somebody, it's a +1 quarterstaff.
Yeah.
You get a +1 bonus to your spell attack rolls as well. 10 charges. You can cast the following spells using a certain amount of charges. Banishment is 4. Blink is
Nice.
3. Misty Step is 2. Oh, don't worry, I'll repeat these.
Yay.
Pass Wall is 5. And Teleport is 7.
Ooh.
Nice.
I think those are all
have
spells you
almost
have,
all of
but
those spells.
it's basically free spell slots.
Yeah.
We'll say that the staff itself seems to be made of some bluish-looking metal. And on the very end, there's an orb, and you see it's got like the Tesla sparks going off on it. Uh-oh, what happened? Ah, okay.
Okay, we're just having some window closing shenanigans.
Okay.
Shenanigan.
The dog has been kind of chirpy, so I think I'm going to take him for a walk real quick. If you guys want to buy whatever, I mentioned what I have to offer.
Okay,
Yeah.
the spies murmur, since you couldn't hear it before. Anyone else who's wearing another one of these head circlets can talk to each other telepathically within a mile radius.
Yeah. I got that one. And I think I got everything that the staff does.
Yeah, and
Azra
she just explains the power converter. It shoots flames out the other side.
Cool.
Does it
Pretty
require any
self-explanatory.
proficiency to use?
It requires attunement.
Oh, it's just a weapon. Neat.
It is a weapon with a fire elemental inside.
Ooh.
Oh, nice.
Oh.
Powered
So
by
I
a fire
could
elemental.
technically use it if she didn't already have a bunch of stuff attuned.
You see that
Yeah,
like on the
Chung
back,
is getting that.
the back end of it, there's like a glass dome, and you just see this little fire moving around in it. Yeah.
Let me out!
Do you by
So does
chance?
she require more stuff to trade for all this stuff, or does she just want the scroll?
She's wanting. This is everything she has for that scroll.
You don't by
Sweet.
chance have those denier bracers,
I don't know. Let me look up.
the illusionist bracers?
Not in my book. Doesn't exist. Sorry, that's a joke for me.
Oh my god. The story behind that is worth telling while you're looking that up. So we were looking for rope trick in the 3.5 Dungeon Master's Guide, and the wizard in the party, who is an evil necromancer cleric combo from 3.5 called True Necromancer, he's like, I need the spell rope trick. And my friend who is the dungeon master is notorious for senile old men. And so he goes, rope trick. And he's looking, and if you look at the 3.5 DM guide, while it's in the player's handbook, it's not in the DM guide as a spell for sale.
Wow.
So he goes, rope trick, not in my book, it doesn't exist. So it gets funnier. So the player goes, oh, well, how about rope trick then? And he goes, rope trick, here it is, 250. So senile old man, moment, and he just ad-libbed the price because it wasn't in the book. So it just sounded like a senile old man shopping when it was priced. And it's just been immortalized on the internet now. So
I see.
She looks at you, Baron, and she's like, and she gives you a vampiric smile, and she says, this is everything I have. I apologize.
I was just wondering. You've got things. So, would we like these items, my friends?
Yes, please.
Okay, for the scroll,
Dinosaur
for the
Varth
items.
nods.
Deal.
Let's go then.
Deal, she says as she grabs the scroll.
I like to think her and Azra do like grabby hands at the same time.
She looks away like that staff never existed. She's off. She's like, I'll be in my study. She's gone.
Seriously, I say this. Azra, you can plane shift, right? You learned that spell from your place.
Yeah.
We can go to my planes if they are all connected and make a killing.
Yeah. But also, can we get back to our shit from here? Or no?
Oh, that probably. If this
Arcana check.
Jackie guy can do it, we should be able to.
Arcana check.
Jackie.
Fuck! I cannot roll for Arcana today. This is garbage. 14.
Okay.
You're all
Varth
dead.
rolled
To me.
an 8, so 9.
26 for the Baron.
Baron, from your travels in the Forgotten Realms, you think teleport would actually work. You're technically still on the
I
same
know that
plane.
one too.
Oh, it's technically a material plane. It's not another
Yeah.
plane of existence. So
Yeah.
a regular
Yeah.
teleport would work. Oh, that's so cool. I didn't even think of that.
Yeah.
Props to Scott Dungeon Master for knowing that knowledge.
Thank Crawford. Anyway.
Praise Crawford.
Sometimes you
Teleport
make good
plane.
decisions.
I'm
Sometimes
gonna make a
decisions
cleric.
He
I
plays
have to make a cleric of Crawford one day. That's gonna be
he
amazing.
plays a great elephant man. If you've seen the PAX Unplugged show.
Oh yeah, you did hear that Acquisitions Incorporated are getting a module book or setting book or something.
Oh man,
my
I
God,
am
that's
so excited
hilarious.
for it. Anyway,
Gonna be awesome.
it's a supplement where you can make your own franchise of the Inquisitions Incorporated. So it's like an extra DM supplement.
Oh, that's awesome.
And
Make a franchise.
And they're a company of adventuring. They're an adventurer franchise. So their employees are adventurers. So level 1s are the interns. They always get the worst things ever.
Yeah.
It's very similar to a Wars Emporium, but a little bit more adventure side than wholesale side.
Their higher ups are, well, what you would expect from higher level adventurers. They're kind of douchey to everybody else because they're just like, yeah, whatever.
Mm.
I own this place. I own you. So. Also, the CEO may or may not have been literally sent to hell, and not knowing Infernal changed the contract that a pit fiend had for him. He got over 30 on his check, so that's why he was able to do it. Anyway, so yeah, so you guys are here alone in this room with a bunch of stuff on the table.
Here and here and here.
The Pyro Converger is pretty heavy. It was a two-handed heavy weapon we'll go with. So it's like a minigun.
Cool.
Well,
size.
it is in the safe and trusting hands of our adamantine armored compatriot.
Azra doesn't even try to pick it up. She's like, "Go for it, Jung."
Okay, I'll
Chunk's just like, it's lightweight. I can juggle it.
Yeah.
I'll tell you guys out of character what it does. You need attunement. And
Oh, cool. Chung has none of those.
It carries a risk of malfunction each time you use it. As an action, you can cast or cause the Pyro Converger to spew fire in a 10-foot cone. Each creature in the area must make a dex save or take fire damage on the fail save or half on success. Each time you use it, you roll a d10 and add the number of times you have used it since your last long rest. If your total is 11 or higher, it malfunctions and you take that fire damage instead.
Whoops.
And also, you can't use the Pyro Converger until you finish a long rest after that.
So it'd be a neat ranged weapon
So
for
it has-
Chunk to have.
Yeah. It's a cool like overheat thing.
I think they balanced it pretty well.
Yeah, that doesn't
Yeah.
seem too bad. You
How
roll
much-
a d10.
How much damage does it do?
It's 4d6.
That's reasonable.
That's pretty good.
Okay, providing you don't have my d10, it might actually work more than once. Because my d10's like 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10,
Yeah.
5, 10,
Yeah.
3, 5, 10. I'm like, yeah, let's not use that d10 for that. That seems bad. You had like a cursed red dice of doom d10 that was like, ones, please.
Yeah.
Also, that staff. Did you get to write down all that stuff on it, or?
Yeah, I got it.
Oh, okay. Well, you're a fast
Okay.
writer. I would have not got that fast. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, it's like
It is-
scrolled at the bottom.
Okay,
Like it's
so-
not neat writing, but I got it.
The staff is called a Voyager staff,
Ooh.
Ooh, I like that.
and it requires attunement from a spellcaster specifically, like all staffs.
Sweet. Cool.
Okay. So Dagger's taking the blink dogs out on a walk.
Yeah. Now what do we do?
And when she comes back with the dogs, we could actually I think teleport doesn't need a destination. What? No, you still need to know the
You have to be familiar with the location.
If you're very familiar, which you are very familiar with Portnar and Saru,
We
you can
are.
make it there without failure.
Yep. We are very familiar with Port Nard.
or if you just know the Stargate coordinates of someplace.
I'm not sure if she got any of that. Her thing froze.
No.
Oh, yeah, Maddie's frozen.
I think it's interesting.
But it's
how
warm
they
down
did-
there. It's like
I think-
100 degrees. How's she frozen?
Frozen!
I like how they did teleport in 5th, where it's not teleport and then greater teleport.
Yeah.
It used to be teleport and then teleport without error.
Yeah.
But Wisco claims they never make errors, so they got to get rid of that name.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. I like it.
Um,
Maddie, you're unfrozen.
Maddie, what all did you catch before you left?
You're muted.
Yeah, I think I got everything. It's all good. Just for
It's like you froze going like this.
Yeah, you were reading something. Like you were looking down.
Like looking down with like a slight like expression like
Oh.
and we were like up, cease pressing.
Well, cardboard cutout of Dagger appears with the 2 cardboard cutouts of the Blink Dogs.
Ooh, I just know
Oh,
something.
we should actually do that. That would be cute.
They just stand up off the ground like Hi guys. We're here now.
Blake, it's that the Warhammer 40k the Emperor text-to-speech device where they're just like
The
the
Emperor
popsicle
uses the
stick puppets.
device. Oh my god. If you haven't seen it, everyone, it is worth watching. Emperor uses the text-to-speech device. Do you know nothing about Warhammer 40k? All the figurines are like popsicle paper cutouts that like move around like, oh, how are you today? Oh, that's great. Like
It's
bobbing
really
up and down
good
and out.
to learn the Warhammer lore in a very comedic, nice way.
Yeah,
Right.
it's actually very
Brilliant.
like I didn't even know what that was when I first saw it. And it gives
And you'll get the joke next time I play a paladin when I say heresy all the time. You'll know where that came from.
you may or may not have had a player that was a inquisitor.
Yes. And I have these cool cards now, so
Ooh. From when I ran Ravenloft, because Ravenloft converses with all the prime material planes.
yes.
So I'm like, hey, this
he is
guy's from the Warhammer universe.
Yeah.
Let's see how he feels about Strahd.
Right there. They get a towel for the dog.
Oh, apparently it's raining hard out here.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's raining where you're at?
Yeah.
My,
The snowstorm is like right above us, so we're getting all the rain part of it.
Yeah.
I was like, I
still
want the
in
snow.
Scotty's trunk.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. I haven't moved
We
it.
have raincoats. We bought good
I
raincoats.
know, but that doesn't help the fucking dog.
He's got a raincoat.
Yeah, which he hates. Which it would have taken me 20 minutes to put on him.
You can't complain about getting wet when you nor the dog wear your raincoat.
I'd like to remind that we're live.
Yeah, sorry.
So
It's just a...
do you teleport then, Azra?
Before
Whoa.
she teleports,
Yeah.
Azra, you know that I think I overheard in our conversations that you know the what's his name, bald man, wizard.
Hurdy-curdy?
Yeah. Do you know
I know, yeah.
where to get
I
to him?
like your nickname for
Yes,
him.
I just realized something that he's a big wizard that some people say, like important guy, right?
Yeah, he's also a dick.
Oh,
Yes.
what-
We need to warn him of something.
Oh? What did I miss? I'm sorry. I took the blink dog out for 2 minutes and
She literally gave all
we're
of her magic
teleporting and
items for that scroll of plane shift you have.
hella.
Yeah. What do we need to one kind of?
I'd rather not say the name if I don't have to.
Because I can
And
cast
write it
sending.
down.
I usually just send him messages with sending, but I don't know if that's appropriate for whatever dastardly news you have.
It's someone that, if the planes are connected now, he needs to know about.
Okay.
Oh shit. We might need to actually go talk to him. Oh, now you're ashamed to dry your face off because you're on camera? That's what he's trying to do. He's trying to dry his face off, but he's terrible at it.
I'm sorry, he doesn't have opposable thumbs.
Yeah.
That means we can laugh at him. That's the whole
Right.
point of having
Exactly.
animals.
We have opposable.
Gloat about our thumbs. Yeah.
Look at our thumbs.
So, to Baldy.
Okay, I don't know where he is, so
Oh.
I would.
Last we
probably
saw him, he was on Toril.
Just he was on the Spelljammer near the. He was in the plane of water.
Oh. Well, then,
It still has a chance of working though, right?
then go.
Sending, yes.
Then yeah, back to Joel. Then send him the message saying that it's important.
Well, we can send it from here.
It only has like a 5%. I can send across planes. It has a small chance of not working.
Will you know?
Yes.
Can he reply?
Yes, to both.
Cool.
Yes, to both. So I cast sending, and I'm like, "Hey, what's up, dude? It's Azra, And then she thinks about how she's running out of words and goes, where are you right now? Gonna come hang out. If that's cool. Please respond to this message.
Please respond to this message in 25 words or less.
He responds. Wait,
Every
no, you
additional
get.
word is
I know.
1 gold per word.
What's the chance of it failing?
I believe it's 5%, but I'm looking it up.
I thought that's what it was too. Okay, you hear back. Castle Greyhawk.
Okay, cool.
Oh, I've been there. It's a nice place.
I'm sorry. The dog literally just ran to the other room and took off full speed and head dived into the towel.
Yes. Do I know where Castle Greyhawk is?
Yeah, no. You know of it, but you've never been there.
Yeah.
Material
I thought so.
plane.
Okay.
Yes, it is
So I
on
can attempt
Warth.
to teleport us there.
A planet called Warth. Geocentric system. It's weird.
Yeah. So I could try to get us to Castle Greyhawk, but it'll probably fail because I don't know where it is. I know magic, but I'm not quite that good.
Should you send to him again and have him meet us somewhere else?
You know,
I can do that.
for the spell, do you know the range? It's description.
Yeah.
You've technically never
So I
been there,
would,
so you've
like-
never seen it once.
Exactly, but there's only like a small chance that I would actually get there. Pretty much. We would probably be in the right area though. Should we just do it? And if there's a mishap, whoopsie.
I mean, if there's a mishap, we're in exactly the same space we're in right now.
That's
Dinosaur
true.
Varth shakes his head.
That's true.
Can
We
we
can end up
find
somewhere
like
else though.
can we find like a small like hut so you can fill me in? I don't know what's going on. What are you guys freaking out about?
Dinosaur Varth turns back into regular Varth and goes, wait, if we have a mischance and there's material planes that we're trying to teleport to, wouldn't that mean we could teleport to any other material plane that ever has existed?
Not through time, but yes.
But yeah.
So we could miss that entire material plane and end up on a completely different
Correct.
one again, just like this one.
Yeah.
That
Sounds
could
like
be a
fun.
problem.
It is quantum leap.
Boy. So do I know if there's a mishap, could we get separated? Or would we all end up in like a different place together and take the damage?
I think we're usually together.
If you're all together, mishap. Let's see, what
Yeah.
does mishap do?
Would mishap.
You would take damage. All of you would take damage.
Oh,
And then
that's
yeah,
I
tricky.
would,
But that's fine.
and then I would roll and see where you end up.
Yeah.
Well,
but it
would we
be
be together or not?
Yes, you
is the
would.
thing.
And
Okay,
there's a
cool,
chance that if you have
Yeah, well,
mishap
that's fine.
and I re-roll and it gets mishap again, you take damage again and then another re-roll, so it can keep stacking.
Yeah.
That's pretty
So I
bad,
might die,
actually.
but it's cool.
Why don't we see if Mordekainen can just meet us in Port Naranzaru?
That's probably safer.
All right. I'll cast sending again and be like, cool, bro. That castle sounds neat. Can you meet us in Port Nyanzaru, though? I don't want to die or land somewhere else. Thanks.
Name of the
Please
inn.
respond to this message.
Name of the inn.
I don't remember what it is.
We'll go Thunderous Lizard. That's the only one I
Yeah.
can
Yeah.
remember.
The Party Inn. Go
Careful,
there.
underwizard.
I am
He
so
responds back.
delighted that you remember that that's from like first
Yeah.
couple sessions.
It's the
Right.
best
It's
tavern
from
name.
28 episodes ago.
Yeah.
It's the best tavern name, too. Scott's right. It's like the best tavern name ever.
Let's see here. He responds back with, let me double check. I want to get this thing's name right. Okay, he says, Prince of Deception got out of ring. Putting him back, be there in a day.
All right. Cool.
I didn't hear
I'll
that.
relay to everyone that he'll like be a bit, but
Okay.
we can go there anyway. He'll be a minute.
Well, we
a
can
day,
get to
but,
Port
like,
Naranzaro without fail, correct?
Yeah.
Let's
I
do
believe
that.
so, yeah.
Children. We could probably spend a day at the orphanage.
Azra, you know that the Prince of Deception
I'm okay with that.
is a demon lord.
Yeah. She was pretty like nonplussed about that. Like,
I mean, he's like
She probably
37
says it really
level.
casually. Yeah. She like relays the information really casually. She's like, "Oh yeah, he's just putting the Prince of Deception back. It's fine.
Oh,
It'll
nice.
be a minute."
Okay.
Dagger, you feel the dagger shake a little bit in your back.
Yeah,
Prince of Deception. Murder! Murder! Calm down.
It's a little danger shimmy.
It's a danger.
Danger shimmy.
Stay back, I got my danger shimmy.
Perfect. Love it.
Oh, I love it. That's officially the name of a celestial dance now. Danger shimmy.
Yes.
It's a bunch of angels doing.
Yeah, I love it. They do that in Valhalla.
Yes, yes.
I mean, they're
Doc
partying with Kame, so yeah, probably.
Kame knows how to party.
So,
Just danger shimmy.
so you guys teleport to Port Naranzaro?
Yes.
Unless there's anything else we have to do here, but I don't think so. So yes.
I can't even talk to people, and these people look like they want to kill me. Let's leave.
And is there a teleportation circle at Port Naranzaro that I know the address to?
Think
Yeah,
so.
Zebediah would have told you about the one that he used.
Because I will use that instead. Because there's still a chance we could fail.
Let's
with
not
the
take chances.
Yeah.
We've had enough
go
of those,
there.
Azra. Let's not take chances.
yeah.
This chance is not our strong point at this point.
Yeah. This adventure is her learning to just like maybe think about her actions for one sec before she does stuff.
Right. Just a leadsy bit.
One or two. One or two.
Yeah.
So,
So yes, we do a teleport circle. Woohoo.
okay.
He says woohoo. As we do
Azra,
it.
as you're casting your spells here,
Yeah.
everybody's close together, and you cast your complex spell, and
Yeah.
everybody's and they're back outside of Port Naranzaro, where the magic circle was at, teleportation circle was at. You are at the old city, and if you remember, there was a big pit there where they put criminals and stuff. It's also where you guys.
Fighting pin.
It's also that doorway is where the head of the dragon turtle is mounted.
Oh
You
yeah.
can see it.
This is
You're
where the
facing
dancing
it.
was.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, what do you guys want to do for a day while we wait for Murdy Gurdy?
Anything but fight something.
That's fair. I wouldn't mind getting into a little punch up, and she like punches you playfully on the shoulder, and it feels like, like
Feels like wet noodles slapping on my arm.
yeah, it's literally just like.
We could encounter that coffee witch and make her life miserable again.
Oh yeah.
I think we've done
I
enough of
still
that.
feel
like-
about that.
I feel
Let's
like
go
if
say
anything,
hello and actually buy coffee.
actually, I was thinking after you go through these spell books, Azra, if you want to take some time and do that, you might want to
Yeah.
gift her some of these.
That's such a good idea. Yeah,
That
she'll
might
totally
pay
do that.
back for that time we got her stuck in the abyss.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
She said it was no big deal, but I think it's a big deal, you know?
I kind of.
I mean, it was kind of a big deal for us, but
Yeah.
right. Kind of still feel bad about that.
in other news, this is literally this flamethrower is the most Chung and Azra weapon I've ever seen in my
Yeah,
life.
it is true. It's the Chung
Every
Azra
time she
combo.
uses it, she has to roll a d10, and if yeah.
Yeah,
And
I've
then-
read the mechanics to them, so they know.
It's truly the best combo ever. And since we've already been shipping Chung and Azra together, you know,
It's so
this
much
is
better.
it's
That will
just
be
even
fired
more
at our
of a
wedding.
combination. Yeah, exactly.
Cool. I haven't actually gone through the spell books yet. So,
In that document is the list of what each spellbook had in it.
okay.
Let's see.
That might
God,
take-
if only I had Orbet's spell list with Varth. One of the allies I have written down is that mithril dragon's name, Rinov Zenrir. It would be awesome if we could just be like, summon planar ally. I summon forth Rinov Zenrir.
Yes.
The next time we run into a demigod, oh, I brought my demigod friend, mithril dragon.
Oh God.
You all remember that there are public
So
bathhouses.
then we just do it to hang out. Like, I summon you. Do you want to watch TV?
Do you watch TV?
Let's hang. What's your life? How you doing?
Remember that there are multiple
Right.
bathhouses in the city.
Oh,
that
yes,
one
a
really nice-
bathhouse.
The nice one that was
Ooh,
the
yeah.
in the Temple of Soon, which is that lighthouse.
Uh-huh. Some nice
The hot
hot
ladies
water.
in it?
That'll be what it is.
Yeah. I love that I said hot water. You said hot water and I said hot ladies. The most true to character thing we've ever done.
And I'm like, hot water.
Yeah. Amazing. Yes.
So
Yes.
to the bathhouse first.
Definitely what happens.
You notice they have
Yeah.
they have a tip bowl, so you to put some money in as a tip.
I don't add any tips unless that hot Yanti chick is here.
You remember because you guys were
She wasn't here last time.
Mortnar and Zaru long enough that the public bathhouses, the tip is more of like you don't need to pay, but it's highly suggested that you do. Even the poorest of people, like even a hobo, will put in a few copper pieces.
We've been here before
I like to
enough
think
times.
Azra just like dumps a bunch of shit in there, and there's like lint and like some wrappers, but also like a shit ton of coins.
Yeah, Varth puts 2 gold in.
Well, I'll say Azra
Yeah, we're
puts-
loaded. At this point, I'm just like, okay, so Azra dumps in like 25
100 gold,
gold
like
of
something
random dominations.
Yeah. Some of it's from where we just were, and it's like
Yeah.
nobody knows what that coin is.
Yeah.
She thinks she's helping. And then when we're in the water, she's gonna be half in the water and half learning spells.
There's a lady in the front of the bathhouse who looks like she's supposed to be like one of
Yeah.
the priestesses soon, and sees you guys dump all that stuff, and she's in the middle of like drinking a glass of water. You're just like,
It takes.
Dag drops 10 gold in. This is like this is our go-to when we come to this town every time.
We
Yeah.
go to the bathhouse
Yeah.
every
Fine
time.
with this.
she gives all of you complimentary perfume of Soon.
I don't use it unless I see the Yanti lady here.
Sexy.
And the ladies here know this is since it's perfume, it's like really high class, expensive stuff.
Yeah, I'm not using it unless the Yanti lady is here. She's the only one I'm interested in talking to.
Unfortunately, she is not here.
Well, I don't use it then.
You
Writes
can
it down
ask.
on character sheet. Pack. Ode a la Saloon.
Also, you all get the best service ever. You're treated as VIPs.
Hell yeah.
You guys get massage if you accept that request.
I feel like we're a little bit more likely to throw gold around here now that I remember that last time we were here, we made a holiday.
Yeah, yeah, we did. Yeah.
We did. That's just a thing that happened.
Everyone but the Baron, they actually address by name. They do. run our
Hilariously, it was completely unintentional. It's just like, oh yeah, okay, so I kind of did that dancing dinosaur thing, and oops, it was permanent until it got dispelled. And then we're paraded through the streets in a boat. So yeah, fuck it. Impromptu parade. Yep. It's happening.
Yeah. I think I got all the spells from Ross Nisi's spell book. So that
Varth
would be
enjoys some time in the warm water, and so does Captain Squiggles. She lets her tentacles relax.
Yeah.
No.
I get this.
You
And every
notice,
so often, she's like, "The water's not warm enough."
you notice in the pool next to yours.
Which, by the way, Azra thinks she taught her that, so she's very proud every time. She's like,
Like,
yes, my
Captain
child.
Squiggles kind of pats a tentacled arm on Azra whenever they're in the pool.
Yeah,
That's
like really patronizingly, but
yeah. Like, yep. You're the reason I can do this.
You did this, you helped. And Azra's like, yay! Yeah.
And Captain Squiggles thinks that Azra understands her, so she keeps trying to speak to her in Primordial.
You notice in the pool
Aw.
next to you is the merchant Prince Quaiothe,
Whew!
So
and it's a
I
public
just do a quick one of
bathhouse.
these.
and it's perfectly fine that everybody's nude. You don't have to be, but she doesn't care.
I am.
It's not modern times, it's medieval times. Nudity is kind of like, you see more naked humans, you've seen them all.
Yeah.
Like some homeless people are probably just naked because it's more convenient.
Yeah.
And you remember,
Dag's not really that concerned. Like literally, since I met the Azra and Varth, her bed has been occupied by somebody like half the time.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm like, yeah, no, personal space isn't a thing in this party.
you know,
No.
the only thing she's wearing are these really nice rings, and she has 2 servants with her. One is a guy and one's a girl, and they're both extremely hot.
What do I know about this lady? What is she the merchant prince of?
Fruit, wine, ale, tige, which is rum, oil, perfume, and insect repellent.
Nice.
Azra like pointedly puts some perfume on.
Being the lore bard that you are, there are a lot of rumors that she really likes fire. Like being like really likes
She
fire.
probably really likes Azra and Captain Squiggles over there, as Captain Squiggles
just
is literally continuously summoning and produce flame and dunking it.
Just
at
like
them.
the water's not hot enough.
Really likes fire,
Yeah.
as in
Yeah.
like, you know, she'll burn herself a little bit and she likes it. Kind of.
Kinky.
I feel like me and Captain Squiggles are like vying for her attention.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
No, I can do fire. No, I can. No.
yeah. Pretty much exactly what it is. The only Captain Squiggles only speaks primordial, so you just hear.
Yeah. Yeah.
She notices you getting her attention and she smiles and she gets out of the water Baywatch style.
Oh, Azra like kind of just sinks back in
Yeah.
the water and be like, oh my god.
All of Captain Squiggles' tentacles were moving around, and they all go. like they were
Which is
wiggling everywhere.
hilarious because she's an animal, but she's awakened, so like she
Right.
understands. Oh, she's
Yeah.
naked.
Yeah. She's like,
Yeah.
oh. So it's like.
So are her 2 servants, and they all 3 walk up to you guys. And it's almost like I know none of you watch JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, but it's that same level of like overly dramatic pose that you know.
Yeah.
A single tentacle of Captain Squiggles comes above the water and makes a little.
Oh my
And
god.
she says, "May I join you?"
Another tentacle comes up and goes.
Captain Squiggles.
I love how both of you are hitting on her.
No, my awakened octopus is hitting on
That's
her.
what I mean. Both Azra and the octopus are hitting on her.
Varth is just over in a corner brooding because the Yanti chick's not here.
Yeah.
He's just like
But like
just brooding in the
Azra
corner.
Azra has less social skills than the octopus. I just
What did you guys do with your equipment?
Captain Squiggles doesn't have any.
I just dumped it all on the floor in a pile somewhere.
Yeah.
Varth's
I was gonna
equipment is
assume-
sitting right next to him.
I was going to assume you guys have it
Yeah.
in a backpack.
Yeah.
And you just have it like right next to this bath.
Jack probably
Yeah,
asked for like a
it's
big
visible.
basket or something
Yeah.
to put everything in.
Right.
'cause-
Okay. As they approach and they go into the bath, Dagger, you notice your bag shake violently in one spot.
The daiquiri spot.
I
Yeah.
don't say anything. I just
Uh-oh.
watch it and give it disapproving looks.
Captain Squiggles is completely uninterested in your looks and only interested in the attractive people that are approaching her.
Oh yeah, no, she's trying. She's like watching. I don't know everything this dagger can do. I'm hoping it can't fly out of there and shank this woman in the back.
Well, the Doomslayer used to own it, so we're still not sure.
That's why I'm keeping an eye on it, but I'm trying to keep it on the DL.
The
It was in
female
the hands of something
attendee.
that is one step below God. So let's
I
just put that in the
I
realm
left
of.
used the bathroom, came back with you guys all taking a bath, hitting on this woman, and that came back to y'all shanking someone.
Well, no. Naked woman and her naked friends got into the bath with us, and my bag with my dagger of fiend killing started getting a hard on.
We'll say Quiote is 18 charisma. If you guys need a number, her assistants are 20 each.
Ooh.
God
And
damn.
the female assistant comes up to Azra and playfully puts a finger around her horn.
She's just faints like into the water, and you just see bubbles like.
They're all Chilton, by the way.
Captain Squiggles says
you don't
in
see
Primordial,
Azra for a solid couple of minutes.
as she kind of makes bubbles underwater, Captain Squiggles attempts once again to communicate with her, saying in Primordial, "Wait, you speak Primordial? I thought I was talking to myself."
Dag like tries to hold a
She's just
conversation
making
while also
bubbles under the water.
sure Azra doesn't drown.
Yeah, just like supporting her head underwater quietly.
She laughs at your reaction.
Yeah, we've had a long day.
Yeah.
Captain Squiggles kind of like moves closer to the Chelton the Chelton merchant lady.
The merchant prince is like an agender title, I guess.
Okay.
A genderless title.
Yeah. The Captain Squiggles moves closer to the merchant prince, like, hello. Kind of putting like a tentacled arm around her, like, hello.
Squiggles is coming over, and then like the male attendee is like, hello.
Squiggles puts it like just shrugs and puts a tentacle around him too, like, all right, you can join.
Okay, pan octopus. There we go.
And then another tentacle comes up above the water and goes and makes a little fire.
The guy in Tendy does the same thing. He goes.
Another
So
tentacle
I'm sure that Azra's
another
not
tentacle
drowning. I'm
kind
gonna
of
hold
pats
my
him on
hand
the
out.
back.
I'm gonna
I mean,
hold my hand out to what's her name.
She has 8 arms, so another tentacle kind of pats him on the back, like, I can do that too. That's awesome.
She's so adorably condescending.
Yes. She's got 6 intelligence, so she's like, ooh, pretty. And in Primordial, she's like, that's pretty.
You notice Varth now, Varth would probably notice if he's paying attention to this at all. One of her
He is
rings.
to an extent.
One of her rings has the symbol of Kasu.
Oh, okay. Okay. Varth seems even less interested in her than he was 5 minutes ago.
Dag is gonna reach
Just
a
like,
hand out.
oh, we're like that then, are we? Well then. And he kind of like crosses his arms even further if possible and just kind of continues to brood in the corner because the Yanti chick's not. He's just like, He might even go water elemental form and just sink into the water. It's just like...
She gives 2 claps, and servants in another room that weren't there before, that aren't one of the priestesses of Soon, appear with a silver platter with chalices of wine for everybody. You know wine is not domestic here. That's imported.
Ooh,
wine.
it's imported wine. Fancy.
Azra reemerges this much from the water.
And she gives everyone...
Just imagining
some wine.
I was just holding your nose above water, and then you hear like the sound of dishes, and you're like, wait, food?
Actually, wait, never mind.
Yeah.
What am I saying? Of course, wine, there is domestic wine here, but she did not bring domestic wine. We're in a jungle, of course there'd be grapevines and stuff to make wine.
Yeah.
To some degree. It's not going to be the same as wine.
It's
Made
listed
with
as one of the
grapes.
things she deals with, so they deal with stuff they get at Cholt and they export it.
Right.
Cool.
It'd be like wine made from mangoes and pineapples instead of wine made from grapes.
Grapes are, I think, a more Mediterranean sort of.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a temperate climate. It's necessary for grapes.
But you see that the bottle of wine, for your crazy past perception, it appears to have been from Neverwinter.
Ooh, Neverwintery in wine.
Azra gets very excited.
Varth drinks his by simply just picking up the glass and passing the glass through himself and putting it back on the tray.
Is the Baron in this hot tub as well? I must ask.
Yeah, have you made it back from your special spa treatment yet?
Oh, I thought the spa treatment was here also.
Well, you weren't here for a while, and like there were sexy times happening, so I imagine you probably want to be.
The
in
bottom floor is the bath house part, and then in the upper floors is like the masseuse and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm getting the whole,
kit in
treatment
the
with
boo.
the cucumbers and everything.
Okay. Yeah, you're probably
Got
in
like
another
the cream
room.
on and cucumbers on his
That's
eyes.
like the UV light treatment. There's like a mage doing like UV light on your skin.
There's
I don't know what
there's
that
like
does.
I feel like you wouldn't be into that.
there's therapeutic mud baths and stuff, you know.
Yeah.
It's nice.
He's probably sitting in a pool of therapeutically boiling mud and just like,
A priestess.
and the blood's like,
Sorry. A priest of Esticia wearing a wooden mask is caring for this area.
ooh. But
I like
Varth's not
go to elbow Varth, but he's water, so I'm just like elbow the water.
He's also on the other side of the room, brooding.
Yeah.
He's just brooding in a corner. That's a pool of water in the water, with wine kind of circling in a swirl around.
Oh,
The only way you can tell it's Varth's, there's a circle of wine just swirling in the middle.
that reminds me. There is a bar here. This is canon. And there is a water elemental behind the bar.
Ooh. Hey.
Varth's like, hello. And in Primordial, he's like, greetings.
It says, greetings.
Varth suddenly seems interested again and just kind of steps up out of the bath, like, and just has a conversation with the water elemental while it's just like, hello.
He goes, hi.
And just has a conversation about the planes and stuff and makes small talk with the
It's
elemental
not
while everyone else is
intelligent.
busy.
Okay.
I mean, it's got like 10 intelligence and it's probably bored. So
Probably.
are you bound here or how'd you get here?
Bound.
Come here often?
Oh, poor buddy.
Does anyone else speak Primordial here or is it just you and me?
You're the first in a while.
That's got to be really boring.
I get good tips.
I bet.
I don't know what I do with these little metal pieces, but...
Well, I can explain to you what the mortals do here with them. Let me go over the details. And I explain how currency works to the water elemental
My
while
God.
everyone else is
You
doing
can-
what they're
You
doing.
can use money to exchange goods and services.
And the water elemental says, what services? I don't need any. That seems pointless.
I like that this is kind of still novel information for Varth too, because he's like, money's weird, right? Like,
And
let me
Varth's like,
tell you.
look, I don't get it either. I'm just telling you what they've told me, and I point to Azra and and Dagger, and I'm like,
I
I just
was just like, I don't know.
what they've told me.
Stopped
to
at
use
my
for.
wallet when we got here.
I'm guessing they drink this stuff with it, and I point to the wine that's still swirling around inside of my watery form.
Yes. Yeah, they do.
I
The,
suppose you
the
could
water
use it for-
elemental acts the way you'd expect a water elemental to. It's pure neutral.
It's just bland.
You're talking to water.
Right.
That can
No. Yeah, I get it. Varth is more interested in this conversation than the elemental is, but this conversation kind of continues boringly off to the side as everyone else is doing whatever they're doing.
Yeah.
So,
You feel like if it would have interest in you being able to speak to it, it would, but it's
Right.
not capable of it.
oh,
Right. It's not capable of interest.
poor buddy.
Elementals are beyond the needs of needing things.
Right.
Mm.
I am neutral. My alignment is boring.
Remind me, do we have any idea what the date is? Like, where have we been since we've been to Chult?
You haven't asked.
On different planes.
Yeah, we haven't asked how long it's been.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold my hand out and introduce. I'm Dagger, Dagger Catterley.
Yes, I know of you.
We've been out of town for a while. You wouldn't happen to? Can you tell us what date it is?
Who's that?
Yes, and then she spouts it's been like a few months.
Is it anywhere near midwinter,
Oh, you gotta pull this
or
on
did
me.
we entirely miss that?
What was that midwinter, might I ask?
Hmm.
Was there something you were wanting to do at midwinter?
Well, Dag had been thinking like, oh, it's a holiday. We should like do something and maybe treat each other and everything. But then like,
Oh, it's
we
like it's
hadn't.
a few months past that.
Yeah, we completely missed it because we were jaunting through the plains and death machines. Okay. So have anything interesting been going on in town recently, or?
Yes, there are rumors spreading around. Now that I have the
Oh.
prime source, I could ask you. Is
Oh.
Rusty dead?
He sure fucking is.
Dead. He's so dead.
She dropped him into
Parrot is
Does
dead.
Varth hear them say that? Perception 13.
Yes.
I feel
yes,
like you
do.
would probably hear the name
Va-
Resonancy across the
Varth,
room.
Varth
I mean,
just kind of
Azra
says
says it
over-
really loudly afterwards. She's like, "Yeah, we did. It was awesome." So you would
I
hear that.
sort of point to Azra. I'm like, yeah, she dropped him into a volcano.
I was there. He's dead.
She seems to
You're a parrot.
she seems to shiver a little bit and be like, "Ooh, I wonder what that feels like." Oh, anyway,
He was a newt at the time, and also feeble-minded. He probably didn't like it very much.
Yeah.
yes, tell me
He was
more.
having a bad time.
She leans forward.
Azra leans away.
Captain Squiggle suddenly seems more interested in this conversation than anything else, and takes all the tentacles off everyone else and just puts them on her. Like, yes, yeah, it's
She's a
literally like,
storyteller. Yeah, no, fuck it. I'm
Yeah.
telling the story of that battle.
She
Yeah,
seems
it's
less
like-
interested in the battle and more of the outcome of the battle.
Yeah, that's fair. And, like, all of the highlights, like, none of the whole Dagger spent 5 fucking rounds jogging between rooms, but, like, all of the, like, cool-ass counter spells and, like...
You start talking about that stuff, and she's like, "Yes, but how did it look when he fell into the lava? What did it smell like?"
Captain Squiggles attempts to explain it in Primordial, but she's not sure if she understands.
I looked at
It's like-
Azra, I'm like, I wasn't there. I was bathing in his pile of treasure.
Yeah,
It's like a
explain the
series of bubbles and weird noises come out of the water in front of the octopus. As the octopus is attempting to explain in Primordial. And nobody understands it but Varth.
I
She's like,
pointed at Varth, I'm like, he was there too.
she looks down at the octopus and just looks up at you guys questionably. Who let this animal in here?
Oh, she's awakened. She only speaks primordial though.
Well,
She apparently fancies you.
oh,
If you couldn't tell
What?
by the
Ixis, could you
You're
take care of
such a
this?
knock.
Ixis, could you take care of this? And then the guy just picks up the octopus, just puts some octopus on his shoulder.
No, she's a friend.
As he puts him on her, she'll like kind of like puts him behind, like Captain Squiggles just oozes down his back into the water, and like Squiggles over to Azra, like, help.
Just
just
put
like-
her on my head.
This poor rando dude probably has like octopus marks all down his butt now.
Yeah, he's just like, ah!
He seems surprisingly not too swinged about it at all or anything. He's not like woo or anything, but he's not like uncomfortable.
Yeah, so Captain Squiggles is like attached to Azra, like, help.
Yeah, no, I put her on my head, and then I'm like,
You have an
I'm like,
octopus
yeah, no,
back.
but Rosnissy's definitely dead. His second in command is dead.
Well, I believe
Everybody dead.
anyone who gets rid of the Yanti threatened Schult is a friend of Quayothe. If you seek shelter, come to my villa anytime.
That's fair.
The water elemental sitting at the bar turns around,
Do I recognize that name?
aka Varth.
Quayothe is she's a merchant.
That's
prince.
her. Oh,
She's
okay.
talking about herself.
Oh, okay. I didn't recognize the name because I'm
We were confused.
not as
'cause-
smart as Dagger.
You mentioned anything about you mapping stuff or being a cartographer?
Do I? Yeah, I'd probably mention it. I mean, just talking about all of the random shit that we have. Like, yeah, we
Yeah.
Well,
got a bunch of shit from
Jabal
actually
Jabal might be interested in any mapping you've done of the jungle.
oh. We also did manage to let's say relieve him of some of the fancier things in his
Oh.
in his possession.
And she puts a finger up,
Next
and
to
she's
his
got like a
polish.
long nail, and it's polished and all nice.
So he's at the sink. He has a sink that's not that far away.
Yeah, it's literally the other room. Yeah, Varth, we can hear the sink.
Yep.
Um,
Sorry. It's a loud thing.
That's just Varth gurgling somewhere.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's the noise you hear at the bar. It's talking to the elemental. It's just a bunch of weird water noises.
I'm just like, well, we have a bunch of like there were like some silk cushions and stuff. I believe there was a really nice statue of like a froghemoth. I don't know who'd be interested in that. We did pick up some jewelry that might be of interest to you. I have just randomly written down 150 gold worth of jewelry that we have from the Risen Mists adventure.
Anything
Didn't
else?
we get his flame sword too? Doesn't Chung have his flame sword?
No, his flame sword was on him when Zeb polymorphed him, so it's
Oh, and it sunk in the lava with him. Well, gosh darn it. Now it probably belongs to that magma method.
Like, like you're gonna have to watch.
He's like, yay!
Like you're gonna have to listen to this later just to hear what you sound like.
It straight up sounds like you're under the water asking.
That's awesome. Considering I'm in water elemental form, it's only more appropriate.
Yeah.
I'll buy any gems, jewelry, cloth, or armor that you have.
Oh.
Oh.
Now question, because like Dag is interested in making sure that it's appreciated by the people of Omu, by like everyone. We also have a shitload of Omu and trinkets. Do I think that talking to the princes would be the best person to talk to, or would they be the sort that would like hoard it for themselves?
Yeah, probably, but each of the princes are kind of out for themselves.
Yeah.
So maybe if you could somehow get a meeting with all of them, that'd probably be the most effective, because then all of them would have to bicker with each other. But if you go to just one, they might like try to undersell it over another one or something. You know, capitalists.
Yeah.
Capitalism.
By the way, Azra, Captain Squiggles is attempting to have a conversation with you, which you probably don't understand.
No.
I'm just nodding and shaking my head, like intermittently, whenever
Also,
she stops.
She mentioned Jabal for your map stuff. If you remember, he's the one that got assassinated.
Yup, nope, I remember him. He's also the one who who led that parade with us through the streets.
Did he recognize us when we did that parade? From the
He
murder?
kind of looked at you and was like, "You look kind of familiar," and then we just sort of like, no, she's just got that sort of face.
Danced away. Yeah, that's right.
And it got ignored. So next time we see him, that might be a thing that we'll have to deal with.
Yeah. I just won't be there. It's fine.
I don't know if it'll work that way. I mean, literally all of us were there, so
Yeah.
Not me.
Yeah.
not you. You don't count. You weren't there yet.
We're innocent of this particular crime.
She had said
For
she was
once.
interested in silk, jewels, jewelry, gems, and armor, right?
Yeah.
Cool. I have a shitload of stuff to offload onto her.
You can give me an insight check if you want.
Sure. Gladly. I don't trust this lady, so I'm going to give myself inspiration dice.
You can give yourself inspiration.
I can at 14th level. That's the
Yay.
lore bard thing. Peerless skill. I can add my own bardic inspiration to a skill or ability check.
Nice.
That's
So
pretty good.
what'd you get?
Okay, hang on. Insight.
Yep.
18.
The insight you remember. Wait, she deals with fruit, wine, ale, teal, tige, oil, and
Yeah.
perfume stuff. Why does she want these goods?
Because see, like on one hand, she's probably pretty sure that this lady had a hard on for Rasnisi and just wants it because it was his.
Mm.
Oh, also
On
with
the
that
other
insight,
hand,
yeah, that insight, it's more of she was interested because you were talking about fire stuff, not because it's Rosnitsy.
but at the same time, I'm not really that broken up if she's buying it, even though it's not like, as long as she doesn't undersell me. So I'll start pulling stuff out, and the first thing I'm pulling out is that froghemoth, and because it's old as shit, I know that it's worth 300 gold.
Okay.
So yeah, no, Dag's just getting out of the water and patting naked over to the bag and pulling it over, and
She says, we could deal with this at my villa.
that's fair.
I would rather not get the silk wet.
Oh yeah, no, that would have waited.
Come, let's go. And she claps
Oh,
twice,
now?
and some
Okay.
servants show up and towel her off and like rub, like get her dry and stuff. She
I just
she
use
kind of
a
like
fire cantrip.
she just like T poses and they just.
The Varth, Baron, you guys ready for? Want to go on a trip?
You guys walk by the room that the Baron's in. He's in like a mud bath, and I'll say his ears are underneath the mud. You just see the cucumbers. He
He's
may-
like preoccupied.
he's maybe uncontrollably because he's relaxed. I like to think vampires always have like a toothy grin when they're relaxed.
Yeah.
It's just like,
Yeah. It's like that one picture of Strahd where he's like, ah.
Yeah, yeah.
The old school
God.
picture.
Ah.
The real
I
derpy
turn back
90s.
into regular Varth and get dried off and put clothes on. And by clothes on, I mean my genie vest and my genie pants.
I just walk over and lift one cucumber up. Hey, we're gonna go say hi to a merchant prince at their villa. You want to come?
Give me a moment. I will.
I put the cucumber back.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the Dag also does like prestidigitation too.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
But then like it's still prestidigitation, so it's like, yep, poof, here's a puffball now.
Yeah. Azra was tempted to cast Fire Shield to dry herself off and be really impressive, but she decided against it.
Yeah, I'm gonna need a haircut.
So where are we going? I thought we were having spa day.
Well, we had some spa day.
Day.
Now we're having some
that's
getting
actually-
money.
I also
It is after the time has flown. As you guys are really relaxed, you didn't even realize that it's actually dark out now.
Ah shit.
Oh.
But this town still doesn't go to sleep at night quite.
Actually, yes, it does. No, think about
Oh,
it.
fuck.
I was laughing because I'm like, it's like Las Vegas, but nope, no, it's not. No, it's not.
I'll go visit the orphanage tomorrow. It's fine.
So you guys go to
By
that
the
villa?
way, Azra, Varth gives you the clay jug with ocean in it to hold on to for the moment. And he goes, Captain
Okay.
Squiggles will need this to breathe for a moment. She seems interested in you.
Okay. I imagine she's still trying to talk to me.
Yeah, she is.
No.
Yeah.
By the way, she says she wants to learn how to speak to you.
Oh,
Oh.
she wants to learn common. Oh, that's
So
adorable.
Oh,
No, I
my
actually
heart.
think she specifically meant she wants to learn how to speak just to Azra.
Okay, well,
Oh.
fine. Infernal then. Damn.
I'm not sure what she meant by that. She just said Azra specifically.
Okay. That's strange, but still very sweet.
And on the map.
She likes you. That's all I can say.
Very. I wish so bad I knew tongues.
Whoa.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like how Maddie's just does like she's just like, I don't know them. Anyway, so
I think you can use it on other people.
this lighthouse has a bridge connecting it to the rest of the port, and you guys cross it, and it's up on like the upper platform. There's like stairs that go up into the upper area, and this is the Bel Air equivalent of Port Naranzaro is at. It's where all the merchant prince villas. It's all where all the merchant prince villas are at, and you guys travel there, passing.
Are there any new princes, like fresh princes, that we can talk to?
I don't think it quite works that way in this town.
Yeah, no. You said Bel Air. That's all I can
Yeah.
think of.
On my homebrew world, it's spelled differently, but there is a kingdom of Bel Air,
That's
and the king is away at war, so the prince currently runs the place.
awesome.
Wicked.
Opinions from us and
That's all I've ever wanted.
He has a
We do have
a
a
spinning
library.
throne chair, you know, just spins around. Like that. Anyway, so you guys pass the Temple of Savras, which is the divinity wizards, you know, the fortune tellers and stuff, and you guys arrive at the villa, and you notice the female attendee that she had is waiting for you.
Oh,
Did she teleport?
No,
What?
they
she
left.
walk ahead of us.
They left before you guys.
Oh, that's
did.
right. They left earlier.
I like to think Azra forgets you can like walk fast and stuff like that just because she's so used to using magic for everything. So she's like, whoa, how'd you do that? The lady's like, I ran. Okay.
I left earlier.
In the villa, there's like a little outside like garage, and you see that there's like a really fancy seat with like the handles that poke out, like, you know, people could just carry her in her seat.
Ooh, yeah.
You're thinking that's maybe how she got home a few blocks away from here. This is not even a 10-minute walk.
Mm.
But feels kind of peaceful, especially after your guys' little spa treatment, that you're around in a town at night and you don't feel like you're in danger. Kind of relieving.
I think that's the first time that's happened in a very long time.
Although, I mean, Azra always feels like she's in danger, but it's nice for the rest of you.
Right.
I feel like there's different levels to the danger, though.
Oh, yeah. She feels very relaxed for Azra.
She lets you into the villa. And all of them are set up the same way, so this looks quite familiar. Except hers. They got different flavor for each prince. Give me some. I'm pretty
Just
sure
had flashbacks to that whole thing.
Oh,
and
God. I'm pretty sure every single one of us yo-yoed in and out of consciousness during that fight.
Yeah.
This place reeks with scented perfumes, and bowls of fresh fruit can be found throughout. Oil lamps and braziers are kept lit in honor of Kasu.
Captain Squiggle seems oddly interested in the fire everywhere.
I think you said braziers.
Yes, I did. On accident.
I didn't change my statement.
Yes.
I am the universe, what I say as well.
I mean, if anyone's going to be like that, I mean, it's
Who knew Kazu was a radical feminist?
And these brows are hot.
It's like they're on fire or something.
It's like damn, I already forgot what it's called. That show where they got the whistles and they do like this gesture.
It's beyond me. Sorry.
Hunger Games.
Hunger Games, yes. It's like the Hunger Games dress, but it's lingerie.
Oh, yeah. That's awesome. That should exist.
It's
I want to
definitely a thing in somewhere in D&D, I'm sure.
It is a thing in Retroverse. I have a lingerie store.
Have we not been to this yet?
It was for a guest star that we didn't get.
Forever.
Oh, okay.
I want to see.
Oh, that's right. Okay, yeah.
Anyway, so you guys arrive in this villa. There's nice fresh fruit everywhere. It smells all nice. And you guys do your trade deal with her and stuff.
It smells really fruity in here.
Yeah, Dag's going to give her the silk, the fine cloak, the jewelry, and the froghemoth, or offer them to her. Does she offer me a fair price?
Yes, she does.
Cool. Then Dag's not going to fight it. Because right now it's just more of, let's try and offload some stuff.
You got anything fire-themed magic item-wise?
Unless my wand of the War Mage is slightly fire-themed in its design.
Looks over at the bulky gun thing that Chung has. Ooh.
yeah. The flamethrower that Chung has.
Okay, so it occurs to me that Chung has a theme going because she also has a flame tongue sword.
Yeah, she does.
I forgot she does have one of her own, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She is not going to give that up, though.
You say flame tongue, and...
Oh, no, she does not say that.
Oh, okay, never mind.
That is sheathed. I cannot imagine that Chung would give that shit up unless she thought she could trade it for something better.
Okay, never mind. I'm going to say it anyway. One of her attendees is like, yeah, I got a flame tongue.
Azra dies. Embarrassment. The end. He was never seen again.
Captain Squiggle sinks into the pool of ocean for a brief moment after that statement was made. And then her eyes kind of peek back out again, like, is it safe?
Yeah, she's cooling off. Yeah.
It's just like...
Sweet. So that's 575 gold we didn't have before.
She pays in gems.
Yep.
As to be expected.
I forgot to check out my villa when we went to Ixalan. Probably had a lot of money there.
Wait, you
After-
actually lived in that
After
place?
400 plus years, I doubt it's still there.
The taxes his villa has accrued
Yeah.
has now own 3%
Yeah.
of the planet's surface.
Oh, I was thinking one of the
But-
Dawn primordials would have stomped on it by now.
Well, you see, if it's back home with the Legion of Dawn, and if they didn't think if I wasn't declared dead, I'd be collecting taxes on all the peasants.
No, there were multiple witnesses to your event, so everyone assumed you were dead.
I just paid them back taxes.
Everyone assumed you were beyond dead.
Mm.
Beyond dead.
Undead, even.
Oh yeah. Beyond that.
That just doesn't want to give me millions of gold.
I think that's just called dead.
I believe it's called true death, as the Dusties would say.
Beyond even
Dead.
undead. So dead
Yeah.
then?
As the Dusties
really,
would say.
really dead.
really, really dead.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you want to sell to me? Anything else?
So it suddenly becomes like Monty Python. it's only mostly dead.
Or anything else you offer?
Like she wouldn't pay more for gems; they'd just be at cost, right?
Mm.
Because
No,
I mean,
so-
it's just easier for us to carry those gems around then.
Nah,
Does
yeah,
anyone want Varth's Wand of the War Mage?
I still have the broom of flying too, and I need to
We
get
might,
rid of that.
we
'Cause
so we might be able.
Wakanda.
No
might
one
want it.
has boots yet. We haven't bought those yet.
Oh, okay. Well, noted.
So I'm like, so we also have some other stuff, and I know that different merchant princes deal with different avenues, so I didn't know who would be the best to talk to. It's been a while since I've been in town.
Yeah.
Wakanda might be interested.
And Wakanda does magic items, right?
Yes. And I hear
Yeah,
that he has
vibranium.
he has a guest with him.
Oh,
Ooh.
I believe the
What's the
Black
guest
Staff
like?
of Waterdeep.
Oh, heck.
Huh.
oh,
It's been a while since I talked to Kelban.
Kelban.
Yes. What's that?
that's not the black staff anymore, dude.
That's a historically old name. I don't think that's the current Black Staff.
That guy hasn't been the black staff for a long time.
I've heard of
When
him.
was the
He
last time
killed
you
a
were
god.
in Waterdeep?
You gotta
dude?
remember, centuries-year-old undead.
Yeah, I know. We're just trolling him because he's
Right.
an old fogey.
No. He was one of he was immortal.
Catch up.
Zebediah isn't here, but he'd be like, back in my day, there wasn't a Black Staff. There weren't even walls around Waterdeep when I was there.
Yeah.
And I
No need with the ward.
have something of a kind of a large interest in books. Who would you recommend has the best library in town?
Wakanda has the only library.
Oh, okay.
These people aren't much for reading.
That's fair.
Wait a minute.
And
just
he's the only
realized you
one
had
who
the
would deal
wrong
with
name
spell
on here.
books, right?
Sorry, two people spoke at once.
Sorry.
He's the one who deal with spell books, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I hear he was looking for one, if I remember correctly.
Oh. Like a specific one? Oh, well, we can ask him in the morning.
Yes, please. Make yourselves at home.
And okay, so this is a question more for Kat to the DM. Is there one that deals with poison, or is that like
Yes, there is.
okay? Which one would that be?
Jasmine.
Okay, cool.
She is the merchant prince of plants, poison, and assassinations.
Pleasant fella.
Well, two of our party members would probably be cool with her.
Where's her picture? I got her picture. Here she is. She's a little past middle age.
Got like a
Shelton.
little snake in her hair. I like.
Yeah, it's the white string.
Yeah.
I figured that was the Frankenstein's bride thing.
Yeah, in a way. Yeah.
Yeah. Or like Cruella de Vil, but reversed.
Yeah. And I'm like, I don't know that I'm ready to part with them yet because I'm something of a history with Omu, a history buff of Omu and history. I do happen to have a fair amount of ancient Omuan artifacts that I don't know who would best be suited to
Why would you want?
Azra will ask
Why
if
would you
there's a
want
museum.
those? They're from. They're. We don't need those anymore.
That's fair.
Azra
Dagger
asks
is
her if
trying to
there's a
be polite.
The
museum.
Toltons are making
there
their
a
own
museum?
history
Yeah.
now.
Is there a museum in Port Nyanzaru
She scoffs. No,
that we know of?
no.
There
Okay.
fucking is now.
I didn't think so.
Excuse me.
I ain't say nothing. That was cat.
I didn't say fun.
I can't believe
maybe
that
we
literally
can
never
go back
occurred to
to
me.
Yeah, maybe part of my orphanage can just be a museum. Do those things mix? Not really, but
Sorry,
They
sorry.
need
I
to
was,
be funny somehow.
I was being rude, but I'll leave you. You can explore everything. Make sure
Oh.
you do 3 knocks if you need me. As she goes upstairs to her bedroom with her 2 escorts.
3 knocks on the ceiling.
On your door, I presume.
On the door. Yes.
Yeah.
As she leaves with her 2 attendees, and they have their arms wrapped around her. And there are guards in here and stuff. So.
Oh yeah.
But,
Captain Squiggle's tentacle comes out and waves goodbye.
but they're like those British guards with the silly hats, where they just like stare off and stuff. They're more like statues.
So I'm just like, yes, no. I'm pretty sure Azra was joking, but I really kind of like the idea of a museum.
I never really cared for museums.
Really? You'd think that'd be kind of your jam. You've seen a shitload of history.
Yes. So when I go into
That's
one
fair.
and I see something I remember from my youth, it's depressing.
Okay.
Sometimes
that's
I've
fair.
actually seen people I grew up with in a museum in displays.
I'm sorry. Wow.
That might seem. Yeah.
All right.
If you knew them when they were alive and their bones are on display, that might seem a bit depressing.
So you guys get your long rest in here. This is like a
When we do, it was
super nice. There are pillows everywhere, you know.
when we do sit down and we're like not in front of the guards, I'll be like, hey Azra, it occurs to me, I don't think I ever got the chance to actually cast Identify on Mr. Fox's golden spectacles.
I don't think you
What?
did. You go for
Oh.
it.
His eyeglasses.
Yeah, his spectacles.
You misheard as something else? Something else that's golden?
Yes, we had Mr. Fox's golden testicles. That's definitely a thing.
We made them into a keychain.
Because you know,
We're gonna hang them off the back of our caravan we're driving down the road.
our Arcana totally need that part of the anatomy.
Didn't you
Totally.
power word kill him?
I think we
No,
did.
not power kill, finger crit.
Oh,
Yeah,
finger
yeah.
of death. That's right.
The next best thing. So you identify?
Anyway,
Yeah.
yeah.
Hey.
I think I had an inkling that it was a key of some sort, but that was all I got from it.
You cast Identify on it. And you just turn to it.
Does it look like a bitch?
Ooh. This one's tricky. Because it's not listed as a magic item. So I have to find where it's
Oh.
at specifically in the adventure.
Sorry.
I know someone else who has that same problem of navigating through a module. It's totally
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
In the meantime, so what do we want to do with that thing that the Baron's been, the bling the Baron's been wearing for a while?
Here it is.
What do you mean do? It looks fabulous upon me.
It can be worth a lot of money.
That's me, we can sell it.
Do we want it to be in the wrong hands though? Isn't that something they can do, like a weird snaky ritual or whatever?
That's the thing.
Maybe
I was
we-
thinking
Maybe his head is the.
Your Identify doesn't identify anything from it. It only
Legend
identifies
lore.
that this is something legendary.
Legend.
Okay, no, I'm definitely legend loring that shit.
Yeah.
It is
But all
not
I was
rude.
saying-
They are eyeglasses. They are not sentient.
As you say that, they're like, hey, that's rude.
Dagger would
Yeah,
straight up
glasses.
fall off the couch.
They like vibrate like the dagger does.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
How rude.
You cast Legend Lore on it, and
Uh-huh.
you learn that this is actually a key, a gate key, a portal that is a two-way door to the plane of Arcadia and the city of Doors Sigil. That ups up the value of it from being 250 gold spectacles to, if you sell it to the right wizard, 2,500.
That actually might be worth more to us. Keys
I
are
already
really
wearing
fucking
them.
useful.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
The Baron puts them on, and he's got on the black
They
open
really
crown.
clash. So it's Sigil Arcadium, you said?
Arcadia, yes.
Plane of
Remind me here?
lawfulness. Lawful neutral with good tendencies.
The Baron was there recently. He left them a new piece of dirt.
I thought that was Elysium.
Oh yeah.
Oh no, that was Elysium, my bad.
If I did in Arcadia, they'd be hunting my ass down for
Yep.
disrupting perfect order.
Yeah.
They're like,
Yeah.
Here,
Well, you were right. That there is a two-way gate in and out of Sigil and
You-
Arcadia.
wait.
With Witch Legend Lore, you know where in Sigil and where specifically in Arcadia that this
Ooh.
gate
say,
is.
get it.
No, you're saying it
Sigil.
wrong. No, we've talked about this. You're saying it wrong.
Sybil.
I feel like you're just
A
trolling.
lady like pops her head around the door, like yes.
So when we do the crown thing though, do we want to go back to the plane of water, or because like we already kind of have a thing there that we did? Or
I
do
don't think
wanna-
we should sell that crown, just in case it gets into Dendari hands.
Oh,
I mean,
idea.
if a mithril dragon is gonna snatch it up,
idea.
I mean, maybe we should stop taking all their money though. That specific mithril dragon might not be there. I don't know.
that's fair.
I just don't think it's
If
a
you
good idea.
worry about this fabulous crown falling in the wrong hands for some sort of evil ritual, why do we not just travel to the upper planes and see if we can exchange it for something more holy with the holy beings? They will, of course, never use it for darkness and will probably destroy it
We could
once
go
they
see
change it.
Kane,
Yeah. Or we could go to Arcadia with the new key we just got.
or we could do that.
Arcadia is a dip,
But
just like
well,
the
that's
Mazorites.
but we could do that. That's a good idea actually.
Look at you
Go
guys
vomit off
plane
people.
hopping everywhere.
Yeah, I know. Let's go.
Let's just
Do it
go to
once
this.
per day, fam.
Let's just go to this reality. You know, it's whatever.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
fine.
This universe is
Right.
okay, but we'll just go to this other one,
Eh,
Yeah.
and then we'll go to another one.
the hardest part is getting over
Bad
it the
guys
first
are-
time. After that, it's pretty easy.
After
It's
that,
like
you're not a
when-
Burke.
Right, yeah, you're not a Burke anymore. You know
Oh,
what you're
you
doing.
remember back when we were so scared to go to the planes?
Yeah,
You fucking
yeah.
hated
Yeah.
Sigil so much.
Well, I mean, the first plane you guys went to was the Abyss, so.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Was it? I thought no.
It
She
was.
went to.
It was.
And it
Well, it
wasn't
was for me.
voluntary, at least for somebody.
I thought we went to Sigil first.
No, we ended up in Sigil after Azra got sent to the
That's
Abyss.
right.
Yeah,
Azra
because
was
you
the
were
first
trying
of
to
us-
get to me through Signal.
Right.
Technically, though, I think the
Signal.
first. Technically, I think the first plane we ever went to was the plane of water. So we were there for like 5 seconds.
That is true. That's
Yeah,
what
yeah,
I-
that is actually.
Oh yeah, that's right. The toilet flush of Old Hydra.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Azra was like, thanks, Tomb of Annihilation.
You
Yeah.
bet.
Yeah.
We had
Not the
mentioned
best.
we mentioned that a while back how like pretty much that stepping into that portal was like the beginning of a line of trauma.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it really was.
It's like, oh, so much trauma at this
Because
point.
that
People
led
just
us to
didn't-
the tomb, which led us to the abyss.
Right.
So
Yeah.
you guys get
Ow.
your long rest, and after a day at the spa, and then sleeping in a penthouse, you guys are really, like, this is the best morning you've woken up to. This is the first day
You
you're
have to
like,
go meet
in a long time you wake up in the morning, you're not groggy. In fact, you feel quite refreshed.
the Wizard Mordekainen at the inn.
Yep.
Yeah.
Depending on your character, because I'm not your character.
Did he say what time of day he would be there? Because I was going to go to the orphanage and then see the coffee witch, but we can do that after.
He did not have enough words.
We didn't, but what we can do is
I'll wait for him. You go talk to the kids.
Okay. I mean, I can just teleport back to you. Because
or,
it's not me.
or like Tess and Chung have those new fancy things.
One
One of them can go to. So like
Yeah,
you and
cool. Let's
Chung
do
go
that.
to the bar, and then the rest of us will go to the. No, probably the other way around. Tess probably wants to.
I was
get
going to
in
say,
the
I'll
bar.
take Chung with me.
Yeah,
Chung's your bodyguard.
Chung would be the one who would probably enjoy it, like, because I'm like, wait a minute, we're going to the orphanage. Chung would probably be like letting kids like ride on her shoulders and shit, and
Yeah,
Tess would just be like
definitely.
uncomfortably standing in the corner.
Yeah. Try not to stab any children by accident.
Varth will probably
Yeah,
go
so we
with
do that.
Azra because I think Varth's cult is in the same building as Azra's orphanage.
It
so
is.
It
We
super
combined
is.
the two.
right, yeah.
You were taking,
So-
you were indoctrinating my children, basically.
Yes. We'll save them all by making them children of Asticia.
If I remember correctly, it is
And
in
then
the
when
old-
they're older, they can run the museum.
Right.
That's my full time.
Right.
If I remember correctly, it's in the old city. Is where we set this
I
up?
do believe so, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So we're gonna go hang there for a couple hours until we get the message.
Yep.
Okay. You guys head there to the old city. You see there is a crowd around the pit. It apparently is game day. Somebody got thrown into the pit, or is going to be pretty soon.
Yikes.
You guys hear a dinosaur roaring in there.
Not really interested
Yeah.
in that.
I know.
When you've been
I
to
think
the
it's
place,
like a
you
little
get mauled by
interesting.
dinosaurs.
I'm tempted to like save whatever poor soul was in there, but it's hard to tell whether they're actually innocent or not. So
Varth
I
is
don't
more
know.
Varth is more concerned for the safety of the dinosaur, not the people. Varth's like, is the
think that
dinosaur
T-Rex-
okay?
I don't think the T-Rex has anything to fear.
Okay, dinosaur's fine. We don't need to worry about dinosaurs.
There's a reason they use them as a method of as a method of execution.
I'm sitting at the inn, waiting for Mordekainen, drinking.
Okay.
It
it's-
occurs to me that you don't know what he looks like.
I don't.
Tess does.
Or does he?
He probably does.
The Thunderous Lizard
Baron's
has a
like-
nice, fancy outside patio, but maybe it was fancy at one point. This is a very rowdy place. You see some of the tables outside, even the ones outside are tilted. There's no one sitting out here, so you could just sit out here and wait.
Tess is probably trying to con as many people out of their money as possible in a game of cards.
This character
Yeah.
does not have mending, so I don't mend my thing.
Give me a sleight of hand check for her.
Yeah, no, she doesn't give a shit. She would cheat. She's really good at that. Oh, with that roll. Oh, wait a minute, hang on.
Reliable talent.
Yeah, so that's a 22.
Okay.
Nice.
Nice.
Tess is God. Tess is just
Basically.
She earns
mean-
8 gold worth of money in card games from like silver and copper pieces. Pretty good amount.
it's for the thrill. It's not for the money.
Yeah. And then after that, she's gonna buy a round for the bar.
Most of them are
Nice.
sailors not from Chult.
Yeah, she's fine with that.
That makes it even more like, oh, good. I'll never meet these people again.
I mean, she doesn't intend to anyway.
I've stolen from everyone
I mean,
here,
if
and
she,
I'm
does,
never going to talk.
if she doesn't want somebody to see her, they're not going to, as far as she's
Yeah.
concerned.
She's like, oh, wow, 5 aces again. Crazy.
I'm so lucky today.
Anyway, you guys head to your orphanage. You see the
I'm
orphanage.
Mora's with me today.
So how long would it take you to make that tower permanent for them, Azra?
Exceedingly good question. I don't know. DM?
Did I list it on there? I'm pretty sure I
I
did.
think it was like
don't
a
know.
year
I
and
don't
a
have
day.
the full spell. I think
Um,
I scribbled some notes.
I'm pretty
but-
sure I said if you cast it every day Or every day
Yeah.
for a year, it's permanent.
So like if we have a year off ever, that's what she's planning to do. But
Okay. Long-term thing.
Yeah.
It's the same for
if Zeb was here, he
Does
could
it
just,
have
like,
any?
it's the same for Mordekainen's magnificent mansion and a mighty
Yeah.
fortress.
And Druid
Does it
Grove.
need to bear any weight? Could you just just for funsies, put it up on the top of the building for 12 hours and let them have fun in the Jello house?
Force
I probably
canonically weighs
Technically,
nothing.
it doesn't have any weight. Yeah.
It is
Yeah,
weightless.
I'll do that
It's
then.
force.
That'd be great. The kids
It's
have
only
a thing
12
about
hours,
it.
but
Yeah.
can
Oh,
you
yeah.
change how it
Kids.
looks? Yes, bouncy house tower.
Yes. Giant bouncy castle.
It occurs to me that Mordekainen would have no trouble finding you at this point now.
It's a giant purple
Considering
bouncy
they're
tower
down
on top of a castle.
4-story.
With like little cat flags on it.
Yeah. Yeah. Little bouncy jello flags that wiggle all over the place.
It's just like
Also, it
urchins
occurs to me
flying
that
around it.
it occurs to me that your spells got a lot stronger since the last time we ran into him.
Mm-hmm. A lot
Yeah,
stronger.
That's true.
Um,
Kick his ass.
Varth,
She likes to be good.
I just remembered shit. Last time we saw him, I flipped him the bird and he tried to turn me into a squirrel.
Yep.
Mhm.
Sure did.
you notice that
That's gonna be interesting.
the building that the Astisia cult is in. They have the sign of Astistia outside, and that they're you see one of the poor people, one of the residents of the old city, goes in, and some people are coming out with buckets of water. They don't look too happy, but
Aw.
okay.
I find out what's going on.
I'm not gonna roleplay this out because I don't think I have the capabilities to. Essentially, it looks like they turned greedy because you've been gone for so long, and that they are selling their services for money. they're
I'm
ripping
not
people
happy with
off.
that.
Damn neutrals.
I'm going to tell them to remain neutral and provide water to the citizens of the city for free, and that it's not here to be a profit, and anyone who argues otherwise is removed.
And I would be like, if you're worried about food on the table, don't worry about it. We've got you. And I'm gonna plop down like, I don't know, 300 gold.
The head cleric mentioned something about taxes and the merchant princes and how they kind of own everything here. So the excuse he's giving is, oh, we need to pay the princes so we can keep this place.
The excuse I give him in return is you only charge people for magical services, and that's what we pay the princes with. We don't charge them for water. The purpose of our cult is to encourage people to worship the water god. Why are we charging them for the thing that they're worshiping?
Have you been tortured?
Be like, we'll
your logic
discuss
is
the taxes
flawless.
with the princes.
I apologize. He goes to bow, and you can give me an insight check.
Oh, I'm inciting.
Samesies.
You're gonna incite something.
Ah,
Varth
not
Bardic
inciting very
Inspiration.
well.
I got
Oh.
you in my sights.
You got a
what-
D10.
Oh, good. I'm gonna need it. Yeah, gonna definitely need it. All right, 17.
You sense a little bit of like he's mad, but he's trying not to show it around you.
I turn into a water elemental in front of him, and I go, let me remind you exactly where my power comes from.
I shuffle
I
away
have
all of
met
the kids.
some of the
Yeah.
things that are in the darkest corners of this world. Our foe is out there in the plains, and you are charging these poor people for water.
Him and the rest of the priests here actually get down on all fours and are bowing to you as you turn into a water elemental. And he says,
Kowtow, bitches.
I'm very sorry, I did not mean to anger you, chosen of Astisia.
Don't be an idiot.
Let this be said only once. We are here to serve these people and to spread the word of Astisia. You will only charge them for priestly services that require actual magic and not water. Are we clear?
As clear as the water in the oceans.
Let it be said. For if I hear we are charging people for water again,
I don't know. I
There
tried.
will be consequences for your actions. All Hydra would charge people for water. We are not her.
He seems to bow lower, almost cowering. You know, some of the younger priests here possibly were orphans before. They're like in their teens.
Damn,
The
how long
water-
we've been gone?
Well, orphans can be in teens. It's just now they've been recruited
Yeah.
into the...
Right.
Or it just sound like they were like orphans and then grew up.
Yeah.
No, some of the older of the
Yeah.
orphans.
There's a planar time dilation thing. Oh wait, not my campaign.
Well, actually, conveniently enough, you have not been to any of the planes with time distortions yet.
Thank
Right,
God.
right.
Well, the
Right.
Fey Wild you have, but
Mhm.
Yes.
Thankfully, we weren't there long.
yeah, and it's not as dramatic anymore in Fifth. Thank goodness.
Right.
It's not like I stepped foot in there. Oh, it's been 20,000 years. Huh.
And the spirit I have manifested is the glowy tentacle jellyfish one that can pass through stuff.
Okay. After that display and everything cools down, as the steam condenses back into normal water, the
Right.
the head priest seems to write something on like Holy Scroll equivalent, and it's a new rule, and it's exactly what you said. And have it up on display behind the altar and everything. They seem to have been using the money for this building, at least. This building's actually pretty well off for the old city.
Are they at least building for the orphans as well?
The orphanage, when you
They're
guys...
supposed to be in the same building, so
Yeah.
it should overflow
Yeah.
a little bit.
Yeah, it's...
A little bit.
One of the walls was broken off, so that both buildings are combined.
Dag is in the other room ignoring this and performing stupidly high-level magic tricks.
What kind of
Varth,
stupidly high
Bouncy
level?
castle.
Varth donates 1,000 of his own gold to the upkeep of the building and states that until the priestly services are more widely known through the area, let this be used only for the rent of the building and its upkeep until you can get more money built up for the other services.
Yeah. Okay. They are just like this guy. With your insight, went from like anger to shame to shock at the amount that you just threw back in after scolding him that way. It's like it's like a parent being like, "You do not wreck my Mercedes. It is the most valuable thing I have. Here's $200." Just a mix of like, yeah, okay.
Well, the thing is, it's like, it's not money's bad. It's we have money. We will give you money.
Right.
Don't take it from the people who
Oh,
don't have it.
No,
Right.
they won't. They're
Yeah.
still priests. It's just
Yeah.
Right.
it's a weird jarring where they get punishment
Yeah.
and reward simultaneously.
Yeah. I was angry, and now I'm kind of like, look, just use this for rent if you have to. I make money otherwise. In the meantime, this is like back rent you can use.
Yeah, so off in the other room with the orphans, Dag's got on like an impromptu play of Major Image and Chung and the Blink Puppies fighting all manner of weird magical whatever monster I can think of that we've seen, except she makes it like comically enhanced, so it's not scary as much as goofy.
Okay, the kids are definitely entertained.
Yes.
You notice one of
I have literally never used Major Image for anything other than entertaining people.
one of them sees Azra, and maybe a like 10-year-old Chilton girl, and she's like,
Azra has her mouth full.
and she's like, "Yeah, good, I can do." And she like has a bowl of water and she puts it on the table and she casts shape water. Takes her a while.
Wow! Amazing job!
It takes her a while, and it looks like a really poorly done Play-Doh butterfly.
Azra's like really impressed. Like
She can also use that cantrip to freeze the water into ice.
Dagger is like
She doesn't know that
I
much
like-
of it yet.
yeah.
It looks like she's trying to show it off, but
gunning with one hand and then runs into the room where Varth is and drags the pot with Captain Squiggles in.
Oh yeah.
He's just like scolding, and I'm just like behind him, dragging the pot and the water sloshing everywhere. The
When Varth
octopus
is
is
done,
like
I'm
winding up
gonna-
my arm.
I'm gonna grab Varth when he's finished and like get him to chew to this girl. with her shape water.
Definitely.
You see
I give her some
You see her
pointers.
casting, and she's barely able to get it to work. It looks like she's maybe been like just starting.
I give her some pointers on how to better focus her abilities, and let Captain Squiggles also show her some of the things that Captain Squiggles can do, since Captain Squiggles knows that cantrip as well.
You guys also notice that the wood is really nice because it's cholt, so it's probably all like mahogany or something.
Yeah.
And the children don't look starved at all. In fact, they look pretty well fed.
Okay, that's all I wanted.
Okay,
Mhm.
so the Baron, he's sitting outside.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently they have this new thing called bean juice. Some merchant came into town, and they did have a stall before, but they seem to have upgraded to their own company.
I'm gonna
And
say they're running K out of business.
They're selling the.
I think Kay is the
beans.
business. She had a stall, and now it's just like a full-on Starbucks on every corner.
So they give you
Oh my
it's
God,
like
yes.
it's like a Turkish coffee. So it's very strong, but a very small amount, and very good.
Incredibly potent coffee.
Yes,
It's like a little cup of hot espresso.
you feel like your eyes are about to
I
pop
want
out
to
of
see
your
the
head.
Baron like with a lot of caffeine in his system.
Yeah, their parents just like,
As-
whoa.
As you finish off your coffee, there is a flash of green flame,
Green
Great
flag.
plan!
and suddenly a wizardy-looking fella appears. He's bald with a goatee, and he has this. He's got the equivalent of passive bitch face because his eyebrows are always like squinted downwards, so he always looks kind of angry.
Passive
Always got
bitch
angry
face.
eyebrows.
Yeah, resting angry.
They're
face.
very
Roasting
angular
angry.
eyebrows, we'll say. And he
Tess
goes.
just like touches the ground. Hey, dickhead's here.
What?
She
Of course I am here. I'm sitting right next to you, Tess. So I'm.
And he goes to walk into the bar. He looks over at you guys and then just keeps going.
He doesn't know who the fuck you are.
Yeah, he doesn't know Tess either, I don't think.
I'm with Azra.
He stops and turns around. And where might she be at?
Meanwhile, Azra's like gathering the people and is just gonna teleport over to the pub.
Yeah.
because
So
she-
like in the middle of the performance, Chung gets a thing and she's like, "Oh hey, dickhead's here. Oh, I mean butthead's here."
nailed it. I high five her and then teleport.
Been a while, bald man.
As they're doing that and stuff, he does some wizardy things, you know. Then
He's just out doing interpretive dance on the street, like thing.
he's got like the Doctor Strange going where he's got like the hands. And,
Yeah. Bing, 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 bing.
Yeah.
saying bibbity bobbity boo, you know, it's just crazy magic words.
Bubble, bubble, toilet and trouble. And I'm like, do you even have a cauldron? Yeah, so I poof next to him with all the rest.
Okay.
What's up, Madi? Hey, bro.
You see
I pointedly make my cat go away, by the way.
you see him
He's now
finish
in the pocket dimension.
you see him finishing the spell and a door just appears. You recognize it as his
Oh.
magnificent mansion spell.
You just can't be content with any normal tavern, can you?
Because it's a little
There's
rowdy.
gotta be an asshole.
It's a
about
little rowdy here. But I assume
There
it's
might
something
be.
Yeah, fair
important if
enough.
you needed me.
There might be a desire for some measure of privacy, though, Azra.
He opens the
Yeah.
door. The door
Fair enough.
opens on its own, and he walks through.
it. Cool. I shepherd everyone through.
Same.
Yeah,
I'll
follow.
introduce the Baron once we're inside.
Everyone goes in. It looks like a castle.
Mordenkainen.
You guys are like
Yeah.
the long hall
Mordenkainen,
table.
this is the Baron. Baron Mordenkainen. Mordenkainen Baron. Now we're good.
You have made allies with a vampire. Interesting.
Ah,
Yeah.
shit, you weren't joking. You did actually meet him.
I know. He doesn't remember me. It was long ago.
Oh wait, it's you.
This long ago. Oh, it's you.
Yes.
Oh.
I should have known from that smile.
He looks disappointed. He's like,
Have a seat. And he just sits at the other end of the table.
Who is that convenient?
Unseen servants bring you all food.
Chairs further down the table.
Yeah.
You see
Anyway,
trouble with that guano collecting.
I forgot that. Oh shit, that was actually in your backstory, wasn't it? I forgot that scene. Oh fuck.
It is good to see one of my old students actually accomplishing something in life.
Azra's just got her head in her hands, like, oh, fuck's sake.
Dag's
No.
like sitting there giggling and leans over to Azra. It's fucking true. He actually like.
Though I'm
did
glad to
neat.
see that
Oh,
you didn't
I wish
waste
I
money
knew
on
that.
that academy for too long.
Ocean and just pats Azra on the shoulder like it's okay.
yeah.
I see that you've gone past chainmail. That was quite basic of a war game.
That's an old inside joke.
Archaic. That's 1960s.
God, I'm so stupid. It just hit me.
That's the game
That was
Gynax played that inspired him to make D&D.
Right.
Just give you
right.
how
All
freaking
of the jokes
old.
are here for Azra.
'Cause I doubt anybody watching me would know that. The only reason I know is because the art in Arcana book. Anyway, so.
Yes.
Alright.
So, Mordekainen, we wanted to gather because we recently discovered that my home planes seem to have merged with your multiverse. At least one or two of them. I'm not sure about the rest. I haven't tried to visit them.
Yes,
At
I've
least-
noticed a few spheres have appeared recently.
At least Ravnica and what was the name of the other one?
Ixalan.
Ixalan.
Not sure about the
That's
thousands of others, but
They seem
That's
to have
not where you're
shifted
from.
from other planes.
originally, though, is it?
an explanation.
That's not where you're from originally, though, is it?
No.
What would cause such an epic event to have occurred?
Dicks. Like powerful wizards who are just major dicks, fuck with everything.
I think there was
Wow,
something
I thought you meant
similar.
the actual dicks. I was gonna say that's a magic dick.
It's going to say
Continue.
yes.
I think there was something similar to the Sun Ring in their worlds.
I have been to one of the spheres that call themselves Ravnica.
They always get all the popular. People always seem things are popular. 10,000-year-old city. It's nothing special. Sigilli is just a smaller version, and it was older. But no, Ravnica. Anyway,
So like
Their
Tess and
technology
Chung
is
are at
quite
the other
impressive,
end of the
though.
table, and Tess is like using like telepathy. Like I think it's pretty cool. Chung and her are just like snickering back and forth.
anyway, I
Oh,
wish
sorry,
to-
my bad. He's Mordekainen. I have. What's that line in Futurama, the neutral guys?
I have no opinion.
I have
one
no
way-
opinion of this, one way or the
Yeah.
other.
I have no opinion of this, one way or the other.
But I know
If
you.
I should die, tell my wife I said hello.
As a powerful wizard, supposedly, you are probably well known amongst other powerful wizards across things. Because powerful wizards all talk to each other. It's just something they do. It's like old men. All old men know each other in town. All old wizards know each other. It's just this thing.
Yes, I do talk with Elmister and
Helps
Perkins
when
every
the
once in a
wizards are
while.
old men.
So like I know you're joking, but that's literally true.
Wait, who's Perkins?
Oh,
Like-
he's from a sphere called Earth. You don't need to worry about it.
You know the wizard
Oh,
Crawford?
where Greenwood is from.
Oh, Perkins has mentioned the Crawford.
Hmm.
Yes. But not as
Wait,
good as
who's the
Greenwood.
Crawford?
Praise him.
Another
His first-
archmage from Earth.
Wait, is his first name really the?
No.
Probably.
I doubt it.
Wow, his parents hated him. I named my baby the.
Ah, I remember. His name is Jeremy. Jeremy Crawford.
What a weird
Ah.
name.
Okay, that
So
seems
bizarre.
more logical, I think.
Jeremy? Anyway.
You'd be surprised. They look like normal people.
So, I've come to warn you, because if the planes have come, then a big, horrible, devastating creature has probably come through also.
There has been a shift in the balance of the multiverse. That is true.
Shift is not what I would call it if he wants your ass.
You're talking about Nick, aren't you?
Ooh, don't call him that if you ever meet him.
He's not an old saint, I can tell you that.
Yeah, Nicol Bolas. He's potentially in this multiverse now, which means potentially bad things for everybody in this
Dag's
multiverse.
using major image to make a much smaller replica of what I remember Nicobolus looking like.
How do you know what he looks like?
Because of magic.
Huh.
Because research and stuff.
That is amazing. You
As
gotta
he's-
teach me that trick. Yes.
Interesting. As he goes to
I
look at
think some
the
disturbing
floating
things.
gem in between the horns that's just floating there. He's like,
Yeah, no one knows why. It just looks cool. Let's just say this. From what I remember, you know how you have these gods here that are powerful,
yes.
right?
Yeah, there are many deities.
You don't have to keep doing the air quotes.
The
There are many powers in the
Yes.
multiverse, yes.
Nicobolus
Are you saying
eats
he's
those for
power?
breakfast.
Hmm.
He shattered the mind of a plains god of magic with one move, from what I hear.
Hmm.
Would we imprison him somehow?
If he has done that to Mistra, we definitely would have noticed by now.
Well, it wasn't our god of magic.
What?
But the fact it means
Mistra
he's
is our current god of magic in this multiverse.
What happened to Wee Jazz?
Died.
Oh,
Gas?
Wee Jazz?
yeah,
Back up?
Also died.
also dead.
oh,
Savars?
Yeah, both Varth and I are like, what?
what?
Zeus?
Now you're just making up names.
That's a rune?
Well, technically, deities, they go by many different names. So, perhaps all of these are Mistra. But in Torel, she's known as Mistra. And known as a
What
she.
is...
But either way, this guy has bad news. Clearly, you and the Baron knew each other. When the Baron ran into him back at his height of power, Nicobolus almost killed you, didn't he?
Mordekainen leans in.
The Baron is oddly silent.
This guy's bad news.
His mere touch can send people's brains to oblivion. Just a touch.
When the Baron just paused, it just
He
went
says
to like
that, and I just give Mordekainen like a very significant look.
when Baron paused, there's just like his flashback scene of Nicholas's beam hitting him, and you just hear the piano part of Black Parade.
But
It's like in slow motion, so the
Yeah.
frames are all jagged.
Yeah.
I hear that you have this thing where you like to correct a balance. But let's just put it this way. You lost to Strahd, that pathetic little vampire in that little domain who is nothing but a wife abuser and is pretty damn good at chess. But that's beside the point. He's also got a great singing voice.
Wait, I don't want to get copyrighted.
I only did 10 seconds.
Yeah, we're good.
But you lost to him.
Couldn't resist.
Nicobolus will obliterate you. Just a warning.
Varth leans over to Madi and goes, "Who's Strahd?
Who's Maddie?
Hey, he sounds kind of sad."
Hmm.
Wahoo.
Oh, those friends. Remember the ones who got married? It's a nice couple. They were there too. That's where I found them. I don't think they fought Strahd. I got them out. It was pretty nice. They were a nice couple. We should still find that one guy. He tried to ruin the wedding, and then he was supposed to do stuff, and then he ran away. We should really find
Did
him.
you say
and correct that.
fought? Or Strahd?
I don't know. I just remember they were like, "We need to get out of here," and I was like, "Okay." But
He's like,
but I remember him
"Oh,
saying that he beat you, that he dwarfed you. Something about you were supposed to be a lot stronger, more powerful, but somehow got lost to that motherfucker.
Dag's just finishing her cup of wine.
Quite recently, maybe in the last
Varth
century
is
or
still
so,
not sure what's going on.
magic has changed. Almost like there was the goddess decided to add a new addition to magic, rendering me not as powerful.
You got beat by a guy so much weaker than you. What were you thinking?
I mean, in all honesty, he's probably like, what, 37th level? He's got like 17 epic boons at this point.
On the other side of Azra, Dag, like, I kind of very glad we got the Baron.
Where did you get that circlet?
This is great.
Mordekainen's got a lot weaker, but he still should not have lost to Strahd that easily. Anyway.
For some reason, he's a 17th level wizard in the module.
Yeah, he was like 47th level, I think, in 2nd edition or something like that.
Yeah, and,
In my
overall-
campaign, he's not going to be... Hey, in my campaign, he's not going off of the Strahd cannon, all right? He's going to be... He's pretty powerful. Because
I mean, you can explain it as just the domain of dread was handicapping his powers for reasons.
So there's that. There's
We'll
also
go
the
with that.
fact
We'll go
that,
with that.
hilariously, when you look in the actual stat block in Curse of Strahd, he has the worst fucking spells. He is terrible in combat. That's why
Yeah.
he lost. Because they're like, hey, let's look at the spells that we gave to the Archwizard. Cool, let's take all of the good ones and give him shit ones. Cool, now we know why he lost, because he just wasn't prepared for that day.
I shall beat you with...
Yeah.
He
I
has
like to
time
think he just
He has time stop, and he doesn't have any spells that qualify for being cast during time stop. I'm really pissed off about that, okay?
Continue.
yeah, fair enough. I like to think he was just like doing some experiments, and so he had like a list of bad spells prepared, and then he like
Right.
that's what
Where did you get that
Baroque
crown?
it. So he just like didn't have his spell book.
Oh, we beat Rice Nasty.
What?
That was his name, right? We got this from Rice Nasty.
UNT Lord.
May I look at it?
Rusnasi.
You can look at it.
He was affected by the death curse. He was not when we found him,
Fine.
but we are more powerful than him.
And he casts Detect Magic on it. Hmm.
I
He
did
dismisses the
identify
spell.
this thing, right?
You would have to have
Yeah, you
Legend
did.
Lord it because Scott said Detect Magic didn't show anything.
Yeah, I identified it, though. I don't know if I did Legend Lord or
It
not.
looks
I should.
familiar.
Hmm.
Perhaps you
Rusnasi
shouldn't
was
wear
going to
on your
use
head.
it in a ritual to summon Dendar the Night Serpent
Hmm.
and end the world. It's the key focus for their ritual to summon Dendar.
But craft itself isn't Chilton, which is why I find it peculiar.
No, it's not.
Where's it from?
Vegas.
The Yonti have their serpentine in just about everything you can imagine. Most of the southern empires of Farron
like
are controlled by Yonti in the background.
Are any of you familiar with the fallen kingdoms of Nethril?
I've heard the name told in stories of wizards telling people what not to do with magic.
Oh, this woman that I really don't like on the Plane of Shadows mentioned something about some shadow wizards from there. Don't know anything about it, though. I didn't pay attention to her. She had boobs, and I just was like, what the hell?
What?
What?
Fair enough. Honestly valid.
Suddenly the Baron just has cleavage. What?
What? What? Oh, sorry.
Why did this happen?
So that's a 34 history check.
Right.
I got a nat 20.
Well, I will just let her read this for now.
yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
You get a book.
That circlet, that crown, looks to have been something crafted from that kingdom.
Good for them.
Oh shit! Yeah,
Um,
you were telling me about this place.
that's
In
not-
real life.
That's not good. The
Oh, it's-
Netherese never made anything that I heard was pleasant, ever.
But of an artifact, because that has
Didn't
to be
they
an
make
artifact
a bomb?
of that level, it would make sense that they would be the ones to craft it, and would be capable of bringing back Dendar to this.
So
Sphere.
it's probably not able to be destroyed, is it? If
Everything
they-
can be destroyed.
Artifacts
You just
can
have
be
to find out.
destroyed. You just have to figure out how.
Yeah, I mean,
Though
some-
definitely casting legend lore on it.
like I had this
eventually.
one artifact that had to be
Yeah.
crushed under the heel of an honest man who never lied. That was tough to find.
Well, I have
Mm.
many other important figures to talk to about this, Nicholas.
Nickel. Nicobolus.
Nicol
Not
Bolas.
Nicholas.
My bad.
We call him Nicholas, and well,
Mr.
your death
Bowling.
will be painful
Not
instead
to
of
yourself.
quick and painless.
I have learned that it is sometimes smarter to not say a creature's name.
Should we not say that name again? I feel like we've already said it twice.
Hold
I hear
on,
there's a
hold
rule
on,
of
hold
3
on.
when it comes to names.
You guys go outside, and he's
In
just
this-
like hovering over the
Azuzu,
town.
Azuzu.
So,
In this
Azuzu.
little
Yeah.
plane, it's probably not a big
Right.
deal, Varth, but
you guys called from your pocket dimension that I shouldn't be able to hear from? So,
in this
oh,
in
hey,
this
Baron. Long
in the
time.
mansion, it's probably not a big deal, but out in the regular, we probably shouldn't.
You say, oh, it's not a big deal. They probably can't hear us in here. You hear a
We're just
draconic
going
laugh
to-
in the distance.
Last of the Elder Dragons. Which
Yeah.
is not entirely true anymore, but it was.
I mean, I feel like Nikki works just
Ah.
fine.
The hell? It's like I have 2 weird timelines in my brain. Stupid planeswalker screwing with timeline.
Yeah.
Last of the Elder Dragons. Surprisingly, from what this story I learned, he was the weakest.
Of what
And then he killed everything.
of what realm was he from?
Believers Dominaria.
Dominaria.
Same as Urza the Great, the most powerful wizard ever.
I will look more into this, along with the Circle of 8
Mhm.
and a few other allies I have.
Yeah, don't I wouldn't try your shit on Dominaria.
I look over at the Baron, and then I look back at Mordekainen. Meanwhile, I guess we'll hold on to the ancient Netheresian artifact the Baron's currently using as head decoration.
Sounds like a plan.
Like I said, it's safest on his head, where we know where it is,
That's a good
and it
point.
does look pretty.
That's right.
I would have tried to identify it.
I'm not going to lie with that.
The only thing I was able to get off of it is it's beyond a 9th level spell cast on it. That shouldn't be possible in this multiverse.
Wait,
I
Brad.
did not think those were
Great.
real.
Epic
Like I
Kingdom.
heard about that, but
You know,
Do you not hear the
since you got-
story of the Netherese
since-
severing the tops of mountains and floating them in the sky?
since Dagger knows all of that stuff, they are the first. They are the first real kingdom of humans. In
yeah.
Torel.
So like Kat knows that they had spells beyond 9th. Dagger still, she just got 7th level spells. It's kind of historically she knows that on paper they did that, but it's sort of that sort of thing where like, yeah, but every old kingdom says they can do crazy,
what
amazing
was-
things that they couldn't.
What was the name of him? Carthus or something, right?
Arsis.
Tarsus. Okay, so with your history check, you remember there was one. The reason of the
Arsus's
fall
folly.
is Carthus making the first and last 12th level spell.
Arsis.
Tarsus, where he attempted to
Karsus.
temporarily fuse himself with a god.
Yes, it was called Karsus's Avatar was the name of the spell.
And he chose the one deity that he should not have chosen.
Right. If he had chosen anyone else, it would have worked. But he chose the goddess of magic, and it fucked
Technically,
him up.
it did work.
He
It's just-
chose her, but she was like, "Nope, I would rather kill myself," and that's what she did.
Well, that's because he essentially almost destroyed
Yeah,
magic. in
he
the
actually
realms.
almost wiped out magic, so she had to kill herself to save it.
Yep. And there were these
Yeah.
weird aberration creatures that could consume magic, which is why their kingdom was falling. Because, yeah.
Oh, they didn't consume magic. They used ancient Netheresian circles to corrupt their land underneath them and kill it, turning the land into the Anrock Desert. It was once a plentiful land of forests and
Oh, wait.
sand, or forests and farmland, probably one of the most plentiful in all of Faerun.
There was
And
the
they were called the
Therium?
Farron, I think, and the Farron had used the magic to corrupt the land and turn it into desert, where they wiped out the
enemies of the
farm
Sharn.
underneath the flying cities.
In case you guys can't tell, Blake's an expert on that stuff.
I know the history of Faerun better than I do the
Oh,
history of
shit.
Earth. By the way,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Orth. I mean, it's Greyhawk. Nobody understands that history.
Yeah.
But that creature on the front of your book is one of those creatures that was corrupting the lands and all that. I do know that much.
Different person.
Okay.
But
Sharn,
yeah.
Sharn. Yeah.
You
Sharn.
also, now I think of it, with that history check, you also know that there are a few, very few, of the archmages still alive from the Netheril. era.
Yes, they live on the Shadowvarian flying city that came back from this plane of shadow.
Which might not be there anymore thanks to the Sundering.
I mean, ones that stayed in Torel and are still here today,
Oh, yeah.
hundreds of years later.
I mean,
Of
they
course-
shifted the entire city back to Faerun. Who's to say they wouldn't go, oh, it's going to sunder. Let's go back to the plane of shadow for
No
a
one
little
knew
bit
it was
and come
coming.
back.
Not even the gods knew that was hitting.
Yeah, but these are ancient Netherese mages. They know more than gods do.
Dagger, the one archmage you can think of that's still around to this day is a archlich named Warlock.
Oh, him.
Oh,
Oh,
that reminds me.
I forgot he was still around.
Even with that
Oh.
history check, you don't know much about him, except for he has a crypt called the Warlock's Crypt, and no one ever leaves. The only person that actually left there is now the current leader of the Thay Wizards.
Zaz Tom.
Yes. Him and 12 other archmages went in there, and he's the only one that survived.
And that might have been intentional, since his power rivals that of Larlock himself. Zaz Tom is also a lich.
This is
The most powerful in ancient reason.
this is before his lichdom.
Exposition. Anyway,
The Dagger probably spouts that to everybody with her 30
Oh,
plus
yeah.
history check.
and we're all
That was the
like,
whole reason for that.
seriously, Dagger, we do not need to know all of this at the moment. I mean,
I never get the
Unless you know where
opportunity
these
to share all this stuff.
Netherese scrolls are, we don't care.
No, nobody knows where that shit is.
I'm sure these Netherese and wizards do, if any of them are around. They're the ones who hid them, were they not?
Mordekainen has like a tome up here, and he's like using magic to have like the quill write everything down.
Oh, I know that spell. It used to be 3rd level, now it's 0. Oh.
Yeah, crazy, right?
Ah.
Found some crazy gnome that made it or something.
His name was
Oh.
Kobe. Weird.
There's a playing on Sigilli.
Okay.
There's this nice shop where you can read a book
Kobe.
and they will copy it for you.
Yes, I've been there a few times. Quite useful if I need new copies.
So, while we were waiting for nothing, what is our plans? I think we've had revenge against all of your enemies except for mine. There are 2 people we need revenge against. There's that shopkeeper who called the guards on me for no reason, and then the guy who ran from us after the wedding.
No.
But you had revenge against your people.
You mean Arlo Menred?
I want revenge.
For what it's worth.
Farron, do you mean Arlo Menrim?
Mordekainen says, excuse me, to Tess.
Fuck. She was attempting to steal his silverware. May or may not have actually rolled for it and DM Scott the total. Now I know who can see Tess when she stealths.
He's like, well, cast Big B hand, and she like, and the hand goes to like pick her up, like dink, like that, and just takes her out of the mansion.
Oh fucking hell!
Oh.
I'm like, well, we'll be back for you, hon. Chung's like,
Yes.
I'll go with her.
The
Go
hand
be-
grabs one of the pieces of silverware. It's just really comically tiny because it's Big B's hand, and he says outside the door, "You wouldn't be able to steal it from here anyway." As the Big B's hand flicks the silverware, and when it goes through the door, instantly unconscious,
She sure shrugs. Was worth a shot.
and the door slams.
Anyway, spread the warning. A big bad, bigger than your ass crack is around.
Azarak?
Yeah.
Ass hat.
We've
Now I
nicknamed
remember
Azra
where I
just
knew
looks like-
that guy from.
we've nicknamed him Ass Crack.
I remember him now. He came to Dominaria. Joda
Azra?
kicked his ass. He never
Azra?
came back. Yes. Ah, you were such an ass. Anyway,
So how you were saying we don't have any more enemies? Technically, there are 2 other liches that
Technically, for our responsibility, yes.
I mean, only one of them was our responsibility. The
Oh, you
other
guys-
one we just sort of boobied into.
boobies.
Well, if you don't mind me, I gotta go
You
put this
beat
ring.
into it.
I gotta go put this ring back into the bottom of Castle Greyhawk.
Go for that.
As your dagger is just like, ah!
I'm like sitting on it.
Screams internally.
Yeah. Anything else that we
Nope. We just really wanted to give him that warning, which took
Yeah.
a while. We should have really not talked so much. Why do you let me talk so much?
Azra just looks at you like,
I lean over to Azra. I'm like, should we mention the whole we definitely killed a demigod thing?
I mean, if fun.
He's good.
I don't think he was really a demigod.
I don't
That's
think
more
he
like an
cares.
archfey or something.
I don't think that's Fae. It was lightning.
Well, look, we're still not sure what plane of existence we were even on. It could have been a demigod from some other plane.
No,
No,
I'm
it's
pretty
pretty-
sure it was this plane.
No, I think it was the domains of Druid. The lands of mist.
Religion
We
check.
say Azra. Oh.
Yeah.
Religion checks. Was that a demigod or a god?
Or maybe an arc element.
Let's play. Was that a demigod?
I rolled an 18,
Uh,
so I'm sorry, I'm going to have to pull dagger levels of something here. 27.
Yeah, that's better than hers.
Wow.
She only got a
Varth knows
16.
religion.
You're pretty sure that if
That's the
that was
highest I've rolled all session.
you're pretty sure if that was a demigod, then whoever killed the demigod would have got its divine spark. There was no spark of divinity.
Probably wasn't a demigod because the Baron doesn't seem to have any divine spark about him.
Oh, there's a divine spark all about me all the time. But yes. it
Wait a
didn't
minute.
feel like I'm not
Baron, were you wearing that crown when you killed him?
I'm always wearing this crown.
I think I know where the divine spark went.
His face.
No, the crown.
No. I don't
I
think
think
so.
I get this Dewey look by doing nothing.
It's an ancient Netherese artifact. We're still not sure what it does. It
It
could have
brings
absorbed the divine spark from
about-
the god we killed.
A big snake.
I don't know that it was. We'll have to talk about this one later because there was a bunch of weird shit going on.
I'm just saying, if it was a demigod and you killed it, you would have absorbed its divine spark by killing it
So it was
That
not a
crown.
demigod.
from you.
It was probably an arc something. I'm going to say it was a arc bitch.
Unless it was a primordial eagle. It's possible it was just a primordial
Anyway.
eagle. They're not really gods.
So
I think I
Mordecai
want to go get
escorts
drunk
you
on
out.
something a lot
Yeah,
harder than
I'm
what
like-
he's got in this place.
Meanwhile,
Mordecai's just like,
Mordecai
shoot,
is like, I need to leave. Hurry up.
He escorts you out.
I'm like shepherding you guys towards the door.
Yeah.
He escorts you guys out. He taps his staff twice and he teleports.
Ah, lovely guy.
Uh,
Oh, did you want to hear the story where he fell flat on his face in a bunch of poop?
Fat flakes.
Yes.
Ah,
Yes,
I tell him the
always.
story when he fell into poop.
I wish I had known that in school. That would have been amazing.
Apparently, years and years ago, when he started, he went to the academy I was teaching at temporarily. Honestly, it was a shitty academy. It's good he got out of that shit.
Apparently, literally.
I'm telling you. But yeah, I was one of the instructors. I taught spell ingredient gathering. It paid okay, but it was like an adjunct professor rate. And it just wasn't quite enough. You know?
You don't really use spell components though.
No, not anymore.
The kid's
But I know
parent,
about them.
the kid's parents always made a big hassle about the tuition costs.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You knew of a guy that had to deal with the tuition costs named Blevin.
Yeah. Beginning of the school year, everyone's like, I have to pay?
Anyway, so you guys are back right outside of Thunderous Lizard. Tess
Terrible.
probably is like just standing there awkwardly. As you guys
Yeah.
Good.
Just like I never get to steal from any like crazy powerful wizards. It's such bullshit.
I'm gonna see if I can I find a spoon somewhere that I can just give her? Like if there's a spoon on the side of the road, I'll
She's
be
like, no, I wanted his because his is magical, and
Oh.
I get to steal from a super powerful wizard who's
Azra?
also a giant
You
dick.
could steal from Azra. She's super powerful wizard.
Yeah, but she just gives
I
it to
am!
me. It's not the
Steal
same.
for me! Steal for me though!
See?
Do you have gold and silverware?
She can buy some.
Yeah, I will go buy some and then hide it like really badly on my person.
Whoa, Scott, you just got like
Yeah,
No.
sorry. That's what
There's
happens
like-
when I get a cat toy, and it's like I must focus on the cat toy for some reason.
It's like protective
camera's a
witnesses thing. It's like,
Yeah.
yes, I saw the crime being committed.
Oh, another thing at the orphanage, all of your plates are still there. The priestesses do have ceremony, and they've been making the water holy water.
Oh, nice.
And I like the kids, like, I teach them, like, very strictly that they have to wash the plates, like, it's so-and-so time every week. Like, that's one of the things that I'm strict about in my orphanage.
Yeah, like set up the chore calendar. Be like,
Yeah.
this week it's this kid's turn to do
Wash
it.
the dishes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that they call him
Yeah.
Steve. Like there's just an urchin called Steve.
I mean,
On that note,
The
And a
dishwasher.
male.
I guess this would be a good spot to stop.
Seems like a good
Possibly,
wrapping
yeah.
up point.
Yeah.
I just noticed the time. Time
Slide
flies.
out into
Yeah.
It's
it.
11
Yeah.
o'clock. You guys have to get up in like what, 7 hours and 8 hours or something?
Yeah.
10, but yeah. Well, it's at 10, which
Right.
like yeah.
Yeah,
So-
whatever.
We'll end here. As you guys are in Port Narns right outside the Thunderous Lizard.
Oh,
You passed on
I'm
some
back home.
important information.
Shopping episode and probably
Yes.
a shitload of lore dumping.
Shopping montage / lore dumping montage.
Yeah.
Dag's almost out of uses of legend lore, and by golly, am I spending a shitload of gold on incense for that shit.
Any plugs before we call it a night?
Tomorrow, 10 our new time, 10 Eastern for
Dragon Heist.
Dragon Heist. Also,
We might be going to see a dragon or some shit.
it might be typically the last or one of the last episodes before the break before Scotty's playtest for a couple weeks. But knowing this group, probably not.
I mean, we are in the library. Like, we're gonna spend 3 episodes just in this library.
You're not in the library. You're at the tomb in front of a
That's right,
giant
shit.
trench
We
going.
had just
"Roar."
left, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh shit, I forgot about the train. Shit.
Well, yeah.
Oh, it's gonna be one of those fun episodes where you start the episode and you're like, hey, everybody, welcome to Dragon Heist. Here's the Sirenscape plug. Roll initiative.
I'm also still looking for potential players for my Alcadium 2E game, Saturdays 10 to noon Eastern. Anyone who's
Oh my
the
God.
audience?
One of the wizard kits in there is called the Clockwork Mage, and I just made a character using it, and they are so fun and so crazy. And I got spoiled by how powerful 3.5 and 5e makes you, because goddamn, 2e wizards, man, they're like, you start with 12 gold and 1 spell. Congratulations. And I'm like,
Go ahead and cast that one spell, and they use those 5 darts we gave you. And now you're out of all of your attack options, and you're as weak as a librarian.
for what it's worth, I have to look. The Clockwork Mage has they don't cast spells like regular wizards do. They cast them through their little mechanisms.
Do we-
So I don't know how many they can do.
Any other plugs?
Yes.
DM him if you're interested in it.
And
Yeah. Kat and I have something to plug after you're done, Kevin.
I'm done.
Okay. Kat and I have been working on a little project that we've been just secretly working on for the last little week or so. Would you like to describe what it is, Kat?
Sure. And not entirely sure on the name yet, but it is going to be a probably DM's Guild supplement with all kinds of stuff for wands and staves and rods and things.
Yay.
Beautifully illustrated. I think they're wonderful. A lot of common items, mostly uncommon though, I think.
Yeah, I think there's a whole of like cool, quirky, common to uncommon level, like magic stuff.
Yeah,
So we're
but
making it. It's going to be
there will
exciting.
be
You got a name for
one
it?
of every rarity.
Yes. I'll tweet about it after this with name drops and stuff. But yeah, it's exciting.
Oh,
That'll
cool.
come out soon.
The Book of Extremities.
I think we're at about, no, it's fucking not that. I think
I
last count we
considered
were
it for
at
like
like,
a millisecond.
I think last count we were at like 30 maybe.
Yeah, something like 30, 35 items because we don't know when to stop.
Yeah. Because we were like, we should do like 20. And then all of a sudden we were 26. And we're like, okay, like 28. And then we just kept going.
You just keep going up in round numbers. Yeah, anyway, that's exciting.
Yeah.
You'll find out about that more next time.
And
Yay.
no gaming next weekend?
Yes, this is news for Blake. So, Blake, since I'm coming over to hang next weekend, no game next weekend.
Well, gosh darn.
If you're going to hang with him, we can play a game. We can be in the same room. It's wonderful.
I'm not bringing my computer tower and lights.
Just
and
like
green screen.
squish your faces into the same webcam. It'll be fine.
Hello.
Be really close friends.
In
Yeah.
that case, I will see about maybe one shots or something if people want to play off stream. It's all up to you all guys.
But in addition to that, Tuesdays and Thursday afternoons, I'm thinking starting at 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I don't know when I'll end it, but I'm gonna do some video game stuff, and you can just come and hang.
Yay!
Probably mostly Subnautica. I want to finish Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2, the final mix versions before 3 comes out.
Don't do it like Aaron.
Oh no.
Like, Batman wants to die. Holy shit.
I just got to Agrabah, so in the first game.
Arabian Nights.
So yeah,
and my
that's
280K.
lots of genies. Do you like Varth? There's a lot of the Varth kind of stuff there.
Yeah.
It's super rad. Yeah.
All right. Well, good night, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Good night.
Bye.